Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's session of every time I do that, I want to go right into Icewind Dale, Rime, and Frostmaiden, but that's not this. This is Glory of the Giants, presented by Swindler's Den. Be sure to follow Swindler's Den on all of its various social medias so you can keep up with new sessions, new shows, and new everything, especially if you want to join us on Discord. You can talk with the players, talk with fellow community members. Sometimes people will be looking for players for their games in our looking for TTRPG section, so be sure to join us there. Speaking of community, there is something I wanted to start doing at the beginning of these sessions. I just wanted to read a comment from previous sessions out to kind of shout you guys out that are continuing to support us. So this week I went back to episode 1 because we gotta catch up. So from episode 1, from Motivated at Midnight, who is one of our Discord members, said, "I'd like to watch your stream for once, but it's too late in my time," which unfortunate. We have a lot, which we appreciate, a lot of viewers from different time zones, which is unfortunate that the premieres aren't at the same time you guys are able to view them, but they are always available on YouTube as VODs, so you can watch them there and leave your comments to possibly be read out on future sessions. So thank you to those who do stop in for at least a couple seconds during the premieres to say hello and show your support, and then watch them later on. We love all of you. Also, not to continue to plug things, but showing support, if you wanted to watch or listen to only audio versions of our shows, they are available on Patreon for only $1 a month. All of our shows are on there. They usually go up same day as premieres, so if not very quickly after. So we get them as soon as we can up there. So if you want to listen to those, they are available there. But I've talked enough. Let me toss it to my players so they can introduce themselves. We'll start with Grizlocke.
Oh, hello. I'm Grizlocke. You can find me on YouTube under that same name, although I've been a little inactive recently as I had a child. And that's been keeping me busy, but I've been loving playing D&D and playing Kelborn, the half-elf ranger.
Ooh. Next, we have Barely Caffeinated.
Hey, I'm Barely Caffeinated. You can find me over on Crits and Coffee on YouTube, where I'm currently playing through Baldur's Gate 3 on Tactician mode, and I'm at the end. Oh yeah,
I was kind of down for you calling it Baldur's Great, because
Baldur's Great.
That's what it is, right?
Where we cook food and no. But yeah, we're finishing that up, so that's been a lot of fun.
Who do you play?
I am playing Siegfried, a human cleric.
Very good. Yes. Be sure to go follow Barely over on YouTube so you can be there when he does finish the Baldur's Gate 3 on Tactician. I've been checking in, seeing if he ever makes it. We still getting there, so you can join in on that moment. Next we have DrPhage.
Hello, I'm DrPhage, or Adam. You can find me on Twitter at Little Growth. I am also on Gluttony and Earth with Baka and Kyle, which is at the Interdimensional Library, found on Twitter at IDL_RPGS. It's a very fun campaign, lots of cool story things happening over there as well. And tonight, I am playing Ben. He's a half-elf warlock.
Ooh, shorthand tonight. Speed of Interdimensional Library, where you can find on any podcast catcher of your choice. Also on YouTube now. It's been catching up on the YouTubes if you want to listen there instead. But from that show as well, we have Kyle.
I am Kyle, as Adam and Baka said. I'll be a part of this campaign called Gluttony and Earth over at IDL_RPGS at the Interdimensional Library. And you can find me over at the nearest Wendy's. Just order a large number 6 without pickles, and that'll be the code word. And today I'll be playing Kelborn, a half-elf fighter.
Speaking of Wendy's, you gotta champion the Baconator. No pickles on there? I'd never have to ask no pickles because they ain't on there.
Wait,
I don't know what the number 6 is.
I don't know what
I think
it's a spicy
4.
chicken sandwich.
There you go.
That probably
It is. I just looked it up. I wanted to know. I need to know what to order. I need to meet Kyle.
Speaking of what to order at Wendy's, last time on I almost said Gluttony and Giant, Glory of the Giants, our group had made their way over to the is it the Great Peak Mountains, I believe.
Yeah, that's
Yes, after leaving Udengald, with having encountered a fire giant, it kind of put the people of Udengald on guard and on their side. Like, hey, there are giants and they are a problem. So making some allies there, they head back, or not back, they headed to the Stone Peak Mountains to go through the spider cave, which I didn't say last time, but warning for the beginning of this session, there are spiders and arachnid themes, so if you don't enjoy those, maybe skip ahead a little bit to pass that. But they did go into the spider caves to make their way to the stone giants, who apparently lived in the center of this mountain. They only heard words, so hopefully this is all worth it, because the spider caves were a little more than they were expecting. Having spoken with a woman by the name of Patience on the outside of these caves, found out that not only was she, but also her sister, daughters of Lolth, and her sister was still very much on Lolth's side and living within these caves, hoarding spiders and controlling them. So our group made their way through. They said, we gotta book it. No time for stopping for nothing. There's the spawn of a demon lord in here. We need to go. So they just ran past every little cavern room into the main cavern, where lo and behold, that's where the daughter of Lolth was. After a very grueling fight, which is still taking place, Kevhorn was face to face with the daughter of Lolth, while Siegfried was making his way across the webs to get to their exit point, when Benjamin and Kelborn fell, being swarmed by these spiders. We rejoin this combat with Arania, the daughter of Lolth. 4 of her legs are up on the cave wall, the other 4 on the ground, as she is standing over our party here. Kevhorn still facing her, being bitten by spiders as he does. She looks down in triumph at the 2 fallen comrades of his. As she looks back to Kevhorn, you can see that line runs from her lip down her chin, and the 3 dots on either side of that line that she shares with her sister Patience. She looks at Kevhorn and sneers, and then that opens up into 2 separate bottom jaws as she screams out. You can see the rows of sharp teeth as she gets ready to go back into combat with you. But we go to the top of the initiative to start off today's episode with Siegfried.
All right, so Siegfried is going to kneel down, and he will say, Hilmater, please save us. And he puts his hand on Kelborn's chest, and blood begins to pour out of his eye sockets, and Kelborn is healed for 4 hit points.
Shit.
And at the same time, Siegfried raises his other hand over at Benjamin and is going to cast Healing Word, and that will be 8 hit points.
Oh, goodness. Goodness.
Big turn of double heals to start off, getting both of his allies up with as much HP as he can muster for them. Both of you still prone, unfortunately, in these spiders as they're crawling over your body, trying to crawl into your mouth and eyes. But your cleric saves you for another turn. Anything else you'd like to do, Siegfried?
That is all I got, I think.
All right. Sounds good. That brings us to Kevhorn.
Do I push or do I poke? I want that concentration gone, so I will poke.
You will poke. All right. Give me an attack roll.
Almost in that 20. 26.
26 will hit. Give me damage.
Minimum 6 damage.
6 damage. So with that, that means she has to make a concentration saving throw, and she has to beat a 10. Or get a 10 or higher, I should say. Easily enough, gets a 24, so holds concentration on the swarm of spiders. The spider plague, as it were.
I don't want to be here, so I'm going to move over here.
All right.
Hold on. That was the wrong one. Over here.
All right. Got to scoot past your... I forget which echo you had up. Was it the bludgeoned one? The one that died by falling rocks? I think it was.
I thought it was sword.
Oh, no, it was sword. It was sword stab. So, yeah. Past the dead visions of yourself with a wound in your solar plex right below your rib cage. And that is your turn. Kelborn, you are prone in these spiders.
All right, I stand up. I like put my big great sword into the ground and start using it to stand myself up. And then take one more look at this big lady. I'm gonna use every ounce of energy I got left to take a swing.
All right.
Ooh, I don't have a whole lot of energy for 14. Oh, plus
14 is
blessed,
good.
though. Are we still blessed?
Oh, we are still blessed.
Okay, I did roll it as well. So that 17.
17 will hit.
Yes. Okay. Sweet. 6, 7. 7 plus 5. So 12. I don't know what that is. 12.
7 plus 5 is 12, yes.
And then 3 psychic damage on top of that. So 15 total.
Big 15. So another concentration saving throw. Same thing. Got to get a 10. Rolls a natural 1.
Let's go.
So the spider plague is gone.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh, okay.
You can see as you hit her and she rears back again, this mouth gaping open. You can see the spider start to scurry back down into the cracks in between the rock.
Oh.
Anything else from Kelborn?
I like cough up a spider.
It crawls down into the crack. Next then will be Benjamin.
Okay, I don't love where I'm at, but it's just kind of a personal thing. I am going to once again bring my ring up, and I'm going to cast my little cone of fire again for my Ring of the Worm.
Ooh.
I need a dexterity saving throw, please.
Dexterity saving throw. Kind of dexterous, but not enough to have its own save. So just her normal. She rolled a natural 20.
Okay.
Wow.
23.
She'll still take 2 fire damage from that because I rolled like shite.
All right. Just some scorches as she kind of lifts herself up on these enormous spider legs for most of it to go underneath her.
And I'm going to bonus action use my chain on her again. Ooh, okay. There we go. That's 19 on the die. Plus.
Ooh, that'll hit.
Okay. For 10 cold damage.
Owie. All right. So this chain racks back into her as she tries to lift herself up.
Really gonna hope she doesn't have any reach, because I'm just gonna take one little step back.
All right, one little baby step as you back away from her. You see she's rearing up with everybody getting back up. Not happy about it. She will once again bring up her staff, and she's going to cast a spell upon a lot of you.
Oh boy.
Go. Whoop. For another web reaching out from her her staff, webbing you all into place, hopefully. Because you will make your saves on your turn for that.
That isn't as bad as I thought. No. That's much better option.
With that, it is back to Siegfried. Make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
All right, that is a 14, and with bless, that is a 16.
A 16 will pass. You are not restrained, but you do. It is rough terrain for you, but
Okay.
you are not restrained, so that's the good thing.
Can I squeeze through there?
Yes, you can go up.
Okay, then I'll move up there, and the air around her is going to begin to vibrate as he utters his incantation, and I'm going to cast Toll of the Dead.
Toll of the Dead. That's a wisdom save, correct?
Correct.
She's rolling bad. That's another natural 1.
Yay. That will be a whopping 2 damage.
Whopping 2. She is like, you can see she's starting to use the staff more to keep her standing upright, even though she has these 8 spider legs holding, or 6, I guess, technically, because she has 2 smaller ones at the front of her spider body. But she's looking like she's starting to struggle a little bit.
And that is all from me.
All right. It is then going to be Kevhorn.
Dex save?
Yep, dex save for me, please. You do have bless.
15.
15 just passes. What do you do?
I don't want to take up that free space from Kelmore.
You do what you gotta do.
You can stand on the edge if you'd like.
I'm the new guy.
That's scary.
If anyone should die, it's the new guy.
You know what? You're right.
Exactly. No.
I'll stand on the edge. And I'll poke.
All right.
And 18 plus... Oh, 25.
That'll hit.
Go.
Ooh, 11.
11. Kevhorn, you plunge your trident forward in at her torso. She quickly brings the staff in front of her to try to intercept your trident and get it in between the two of the prongs. You hear as the wood hits metal as she catches it, and you both lock eyes with each other. But as you do, we both also look down, and you see the trident has pierced into her abdomen, and she looks back up to you. You see the staff like push to her chest. Your strength was more than hers, and you look back up at each other, and you see the light starting to fade in her black eyes as the limbs of the spider body collapse and she falls with it dead. You have 1.
We're alive.
God, what just happened?
Okay.
I think you just killed a demigod.
An overgrown spider. More like it.
Start hobbling over and just start like wrestling the staff up out of the like where it's trapped.
do a strength check for me.
Still blessed. That would be an 11.
11. It takes you a couple of tugs, but you're able to wrest it away from her fingers as they died wrapped around this thing. And Kevin has to take his trident out of her body too, and you're able to take this staff. Again, it's this long wooden staff with a crescent at the top, and inside the crescent is spider webs, like your traditional big net spider web.
Yeah, is it just like normal spider webs, like just like actual webbing? Or is it, like made out of other stuff?
It looks like it's made out of spider webs, but it's not like falling apart like it would if you like swish it back and forth with a normal spider web. It seems to be holding pretty well.
Okay. I just kind of take a look at it and like, I'll work on getting that out of there at a different time.
Siegfried just sorry, go ahead.
No, go.
I was just gonna say Siegfried kind of trembles and falls his back to the wall and just sits down for a second as his eyes that were glowing blue fade away and Bless is now gone.
Kelborn digs his feet out of the web, unless the web disappeared. I guess
the
it's
web does
concentration,
disappear slowly.
So yeah,
Yep.
I was like in the process of pulling my feet out, and then it like fades.
Yeah.
I walk over to Siegfried, who's now like sitting down on the wall or whatever. I just like hold his head and I give him a kiss on the forehead. Thank you.
I'm just glad everyone's all right. And he still has blood kind of trickling from his eye sockets from his immense concentration. The thing that he cast on you is not necessarily a spell.
I don't know that. Buddy, I know that was a lot. I
Yeah.
also know that you lot have a eye for treasure. Back that way, there was a pile of gold that I saw.
I mean, I won't turn it down. This hasn't exactly been a cheap venture. Also, who knows what she could have gathered up with other people passing through here. Whoever goes over there, we should be exceptionally careful if anything else starts to come out of the webbing again.
Anyone make it out fairly unscathed from that fight?
With that said, Kefhorn will place his hand over his chest, take a deep breath, and use his second wind and said, I'll go.
Can you do that little switchy placey thing to make it go quicker? I don't know how, but like with the dead one. Does that
He
work?
snaps his fingers and he does it again.
Again, we are such a spooky group. I didn't think this was going to come out of here, but then all of a sudden we have gotten so spooky.
Okay. Kefhorn will slowly make his way over there, teleporting where he can and whatnot.
Okay. Yeah, you can just scoop both of them over there. You don't have to make the rounds over.
No. I want to teleport.
All right, as you get over to this pile of treasure covered in webbings, give me a, let's say, roll a d20 for me, please.
$19.
19. There is 1,900 gold pieces here.
Right.
And then also roll me another d20.
Oh my god.
I hope there's a bag of holding to go with it.
Well, roll good on this d20 and you might have one.
18.
18, just missed the bag of holding. You do see a scroll sitting there. And I'm going to say in this game, because we are very low on spellcasters, we're doing Baldur's Gate rules. If you have a scroll, anybody can freaking cast that.
Okay, sweet.
Yep.
Okay.
So you have a scroll that you find, as well as there's an axe, a large great axe sitting there.
Can I try read the scroll?
Yeah.
See what it is.
Yeah, you roll the scroll out, and in big script font at the top, you see spider climb.
Kidding.
Makes sense. Okay. Is my can my echo carry some of the gold with me? Because I don't know how heavy 19,000 gold is.
100.
Oh, 1900. Sorry.
1900. Yeah, so 1900. For
I should be
this,
able to carry it, right?
yeah, for this, I'll allow you to carry. With gold, I really don't care about encumbrance. I'm not going to say your Echo can carry stuff because that's going to open a can of worms in the future. That's going to be a problem. But yes, you can get this gold over to your party, no problem.
Okay. Hold on.
But while you are carrying that over, as you're about halfway across, you do start to feel your back like tingle and burn a little bit. And it seems to be following a pattern on your back. As well as the shield that is in the gauntlet suddenly forces itself out to be the full shield again and glows slightly. If you want to check your notes, you have some upgrades. And also be sure to be checking. I put new text in there as well as I changed a number on one of your old texts. And I'll say as well for everybody else. Oops, I just changed my DPI. I don't want that. Please go to my good DPI. Benjamin, your necklace begins to glow. Kelborn, your sword runes begin to light up, and you see like a burst of fairy light coming from your breastplate. As well as Siegfried, you see a light glow, like kind of a grayish, bluish glow coming from your bonsai tree in its orb, and you can see, like, physically see the roots growing. And everybody at your leisure can take a look at your boons and see their upgrades.
Damn.
But yes, after this, these strange glows and the strange feeling that Kevhorn gets, he does bring over all this gold, the scroll, and I assume the axe as well, or do you leave the axe?
Yes. No, I grabbed the axe.
Grab the axe.
Holy.
This is very fun and not what I expected at all for an upgrade. Okay. Okay.
We're having fun with the Brigitte references.
So yes, viewers will get to see those in time. Let the players figure out how they're going to use them in the future.
Baka, could you refresh my memory on something?
Yes.
At the end of the last session, Siegfried was feeling something.
Yes. You felt like almost like a fire sensation, or like a painful tingling sensation. It would have been like on your legs and moved its way up. Almost felt like you were being bitten, but you know you weren't in the insect plague.
Okay.
All right, what do we do from here?
Do we... Obviously, the stone giants are supposedly further down this path. Before Huey was eliminated, he did say further down this path is it continues, and then the path to the Underdark as well. But do we want to collect ourselves for a moment before we enter the stone giants? I don't exactly know how welcoming they're going to be for us.
I would love to take a little seat, get a little breath.
Yes, I would like to rest before we continue on.
Great. I was hoping.
Yes, my head is killing me.
Okay, good. I was hoping everyone was going to agree with that.
All right, you all sit down. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, just like moving a little bit further into the tunnel. But yeah, then just a nice little short rest.
All right, are we doing any watches, or are we just gonna hanging out?
I'll watch.
Okay.
Yeah, I will not be watching because over the course of this, I am also going to ritual cast Find Familiar to bring Huey back.
All right. And was it Kyle that wanted to say something and I interrupted, or somebody else?
Oh, I was just gonna say, as we're sitting down and whatnot, 475 gold in each of our pockets.
Oh, nice.
Very nice. All right, and then Kevhorn can give me a perception check.
I was about to say why, but then I remembered I volunteered myself. 14.
14. You're looking and listening. You can hear, like, every once in a while, a drip of water that falls off the cave wall and it hits the damp floor. Your vision right now is in black and white because you're using your dark vision, so you can see the monstrous form of the Spider Queen down the hall, a ways from you. Up ahead of you, you can make out like a slight glow, and that's the only part that kind of got some color to it because it's its own light. You can see some blues and greens and purples coming from around the corner up ahead, but very faint. Other than that, you don't sense anything. But as you're all sitting here resting, maybe shutting your eyes for just a moment, in all of your heads, you will hear, "Oh, hey there, buds. Is this a good time to chat, or are you too busy?"
I'm like in the middle of like whatever weird ass ritual I need to do. Like, not the best time for me, but I can listen.
Well, if you're all too busy, I can wait. It's not a big deal. Just let me know when you can chat.
Heck. Baka barely just switched again.
Lovely.
I'm the DM.
I'm the DM now. I don't know why we switched before. It didn't change her name at all.
I don't know why.
Hurry up, everybody levels up. Level up.
The DM said it.
It also didn't change on mine. Like, they didn't change places for me.
Yeah, it's so weird. Eddie, no, I think I can talk.
All right. Well, this is probably more important to you than anybody else anyway.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I've got some leads for you on to where to find. Well, I've got 3 things for you, technically, if you want to get precise about it. I found a possible ally for all of you to look into, as well as I found 2 different Fae portals you can choose from to figure out what's going on there.
Right, let's have the portals first.
All right. Well, I didn't even think to consult my partner ahead of time. She came from the Fae, if you didn't know, and she came from the Summer Court. So if you're trying to get straight to the Spring Court, it might take you a little ways out of the way if you take her portal. But her portal is found, not her portal technically, it's just the one she used, of course. But that one is found in the Misty Forest there down by the High Moor. Yep, head down that way, speak with the centaurs there guarding that portal. Or if you want one near where, I don't know where you are right now, but it was in the area you were at least. If you go up to, have you heard of the Star Mounts?
No, wait, no, let me roll. What would I roll? History?
Yeah, roll history.
8.
No.
No.
You haven't heard of them, but you can see them easily enough on your map. They're pretty close to where you're at right now, in the Great Peak Mountains. Yeah, you just follow Unicorn Run. It's a river that runs right up to the top of the mountain there, and there's a Fae portal up there. You can speak with the Guardian up there if you'd like. A little closer for you, but you got to go up a mountain, so up to you on that.
Where does that one go to?
That one goes straight to the Spring Court.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah, of course, of course.
And who's this ally?
Well, that's the funny thing. So you know you're dealing with giants, right?
No.
Oh, well, you're dealing with giants, bud. I don't know if you caught on to that whole ordeal. They're trying to take over Faerun, and it seems to be that they're also in the Feywild. Well, I got to thinking, what are giants' greatest enemies?
Baka, what are giants' greatest enemies? I should know this.
You should know this. Well, actually, let's roll a history check just to see.
Fuck. Can it be a nature check?
Yeah, you can do a nature check.
Can I roll 2 since Siegfried is listening, just
Yes.
not actively?
Yeah.
20 total.
20 total. Siegfried, you can also roll if you like.
Well, it's not good. It's a 10.
I
Well-
want to be a part of the party.
Okay, you can.
I don't get it.
Anybody else want to fail?
No.
Kelborn, you know that long ago, before the time of, I don't ever know what to call them. I guess humanoids technically are the ruling faction of the world right now. It was the time of giants and dragons before the Great Giant and Dragon War. So probably alluding to dragons.
Trying to say the weakness to giants is dragons.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, I guess dragon types.
Yes. Now the problem with that is a lot of our ancient dragons are dead due to adventurers killing them off, or they leave the area because adventurers are killing them, or the giants themselves have come in and killed them. That's what's kind of leaving the way for giants to possibly take over again. Well, I found. Well, I didn't find it. I just heard about it. One of the older ancient dragons that still live in Faerun. Now he's a nasty old thing, so probably won't be the easiest thing to talk into helping. But if you can get him on your side, he might be able to get some more along with them.
Do you know his name?
Yes, I came up with his name before the session, and now I have to make sure I say it right. Korosanos is his name.
And this is the ally potentially?
Yes. Korosanos is Corrsio, Korosanos.
I give up.
I just made up my own spelling.
It's fine.
Right. And where could we find this Korosanos?
Oh, well, last I heard of him, he was in the High Moor, near the town, what was a town at one point, but now is ruins of Orogoth. Nobody has seen him in many years, so he's probably hidden underneath the swamp somewhere. A lot of ruined temples and that kind of stuff in that area, so it's going to be pretty dangerous. Not only because there's an ancient black dragon hanging out there, but also because it's a swamp full of terrible monsters.
I mean, is Korosanos the black dragon?
Yes, ancient black dragon.
And how exactly do you expect us to befriend him? Did you say?
I didn't say I had a plan, just that it might be something you could do that would be helpful. You got quite the talker on your hands there with young Benjamin, so maybe he has something you can say to a dragon to make you like each other. I don't know. Or just kiss up to him or something. I don't know. I've only killed a dragon before. I've never talked to one.
Well, thank you, Mr. Dreamkeeper.
Of course, I'll be looking into other things, see what I can help with here and there. Fortunately, I can't get directly involved, but I can kind of push you in directions that would be helpful to you.
Has anything come through the portal? Has it opened back up since I left?
No, I haven't been able to find a way, and nobody's come through at all.
Right.
All right, well, I'll let you get back to what you were doing. Sorry to bother all of you. Be sure to check in from time to time. Goodbye.
I was about to start being like, "Oh, we gotta go. Sorry."
All right. Do you want to discuss the information at all, or we can just end the short rest here and move forward with your progression?
So, anyone here ever befriended a dragon before?
No, can't say that has been part of my repertoire before this.
Neither have I, although there are some rumors that there is a dragon underneath Baldur's Gate.
Oh, is there? Now, maybe we could befriend that one.
I don't know how the DM would feel about that.
Oh, no, it's the DK, the Dream Keeper. I was a little confused at first too, but, you know.
I will say at this point, you finish your ritual and Huey appears in front of you.
I am also going to say, because it makes the most sense, as Huey reappears, he is in his imp form. He is not a bird because I had to fully resummon him, and that makes the most sense.
Kill it.
So instead of kind of, because again, it's fine familiars. You have like a bowl and incense and all this nonsense, and after I finish it, just like I think, just like sitting in this bowl that I use for it is now this nasty looking like sea critter. He's got like no legs, just like a tail, if I'm remembering correctly, kind of like a snake tail, and then like a little nasty scaled like humanoid upper body.
He's like gasping for air. He's
you can breathe. You can breathe.
I can breathe now.
Well, I didn't think, and like this is all telepathically, just like holding this little critter in front of me. I wasn't expecting more of the spiders to show up. It really wasn't in my plan. I would have kept you down the hallway if more spiders like that were going to show up.
Well, I'm just the mistress is not happy. She is impatient.
Well,
She was choking me.
I mean, okay.
Kilborn be picking it up.
Hey, I don't touch your little friend. Don't be touching mine.
Well, I just never seen anything like it before.
Yeah, he's different. And I'll have him turn back into an osprey again, I believe is the form that he is.
Oh, the bird's back. You hear from your breastplate.
I don't think it's a bird, though.
It looks like a bird.
It's not a bird.
That other thing looks like it'd eat me too.
I don't know what that is. Don't sleep with one eye open.
Okay, I'll try.
Oh shit, I gotta roll hit die.
I will say, with rolling your hit die as well and taking a short rest, you all can level up, but you don't regain resources that you use because you only took a short rest. So you regain any short rest resources, and you would gain the new resources, but not like replenish old resources, if that makes sense. Like spell slots you wouldn't regain, but you gain your new spell slots essentially, and that kind of stuff.
Sweet.
Joke's on you. I already got all my stuff back.
Short rest. Warlocks, baby. Yeah, we got a bunch of little boosts happening here. You did just kill a daughter of a goddess / demon lord, so I think it's worth it.
Okay. I didn't learn my lesson because I got brought back, so I get to continue making poor choices.
Woo!
There it is. Cool.
Healers don't heal your players; they don't learn their lessons. Your fellow players.
I had some plans for what I was going to do to come back. We'll just keep those on the back burner.
The back burner. Well, maybe you'll still get to use those this session.
Okay. I said I was going to be ready.
Well, I kind of sprung it on you. It's my fault.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
we have extra attack now. Oh,
You get extra attack now if you're level 5 in your same class. Kyle, are you multi-classing? Or are you going to level 5 to get your multi-attack?
What do you mean multi-classing?
Oh, I mean, shh, quiet. Nobody listen.
What multi-class?
Secrets.
what is
Secrets.
a multi-class? I don't know what that is.
I'm not suddenly more divine.
While we're short resting, can Siegfried kind of think about that sensation that he was feeling? Do you think you could gather anything else from that?
Yeah, either do a medicine or a religion.
You know I'm doing religion. 13.
13. You know, like, again, you felt like you were getting bitten by spiders, essentially. And you know that your companions are also getting bitten by spiders at that same time. So you're not sure if it's like you were just feeling some kind of shared sympathy with them or what was happening. But like it seemed to be something being triggered by at least one of your allies taking this kind of damage as well. You're not sure.
Okay.
You just know this is the first time this has happened.
Yeah, Siegfried is just going to kind of keep thinking about it and try to, while we're moving, see if he can be more aware of it. Try to figure out why.
Right. Yeah. Once you guys have all leveled up, you can continue moving along.
You truly, with my boon, what you gave to me in its upgrade, have altered the course of how I was going to choose things for Benjamin, because I'm sensing a theme now that I enjoy that I wasn't
Ooh.
expecting.
That's what I like about the boons. They give fun toys for your players that they might not have expected, and it changes things they might do.
Great. As we get up, I'm going to immediately use one of my new class features because I changed out one of my Eldritch evocations and cast Mage Armor on myself.
Oh,
There you go.
Nice.
Got a little bit bulkier.
you know, after that short rest, I feel like I could swing my sword not just once in this fight, but twice. I've never tried it before. It might just work.
I did now just realize that I was the only one looking at the Sorkos map again. So I'm going to bring you over there just for a moment to kind of reiterate what you were just told by the Storykeeper. Star mounts up here. That's where one of the Fey portals are. You follow the Unicorn Run River. And you're right here where Spider Passage is. Otherwise, the other Fey portal, I'll bring you to the Summer Court, down to the south a little bit in the Misty Forest. And then the High Moor with the city of Orogoth, where you can find Korosanos is over there as well. You know what? I'll leave you here for right now because we don't necessarily need that map anyway. You continue forward. You do see this path ringed in this bioluminescent fungus, and Kevwarn, this is where you would have seen the purple and greens and purple, greens and blue lights coming from. And you see they're coming from the mushrooms and fungus themselves that kind of ring this tunnel. And we can continue past that and continue onwards. You go a little ways down the path. Let's do perception checks.
Great. Oh, our proficiency bonus went up too. I forgot.
Also, Baka, while we're doing this, can I also use make sure it's the right thing. Eyes of the Grave. So if there's any undead within 60 feet of us, then it would kind of ping me.
Yep, you can do that.
I got a 19 perception check.
All right.
Yeah, 14.
7. I rolled a nat 1.
I rolled a 2. I got a 5.
And are you guys moving stealthily or no?
No.
I don't think so.
Kyle with a confident no?
No.
Because we're not trying to like sneak up on the giants. Like I don't want it to seem like we're like trying to like rob them or attack them or anything like that. So yeah, I don't think so.
I'll fight a giant again.
Big words.
Well.
Big words.
Benjamin, as you were all walking, I assume you're in the back of the group, or are you at the front?
I'm never at the front if I can avoid it.
You're looking about as you twist and wind through these tunnels, and the tunnels are pretty large at this point. Even that tunnel that you passed to the Underdark is pretty large. And you see them right as they see you. 2 very tall, gray, bipedal, human-looking creatures, but incredibly tall. You can see like their head kind of is elongated and flat at the top, and they're wearing they look like they're made of leather, but they're not. They're like sleeveless robes essentially. And you can see as one is hefting a large rock and lifting it and throws it at all of you. I need a dexterity save.
Oh, that's rude.
Yeah, that's rude. What the heck?
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Ooh, I
17.
got a natural 20. Huey did not.
Yeah, 19.
Huey.
Kevin.
Let me switch out my dice real quick. I got a 5.
Oh,
All of you except for Kevhorn kind of duck down a little bit out of the way of it, and Kevhorn, you kind of like throw yourself to the ground. You land on your chest and knocking the wind out of you, and Huey kind of like does this weird spiral thing in the air, but this boulder luckily wasn't even being aimed at any of you. It's thrown and hits the wall behind you and shatters into like pebbles and stones, and they shower over mostly Kevhorn, who's laying down on the ground at this point. And you hear calling out from these 2, what you can assume to be stone giants at this point. Don't come a step closer. You are entering giant territory, small folk. Turn around before we have to make you.
I'm going to, I don't know if they're speaking in common or giant. I'm going to respond in giant, though, and say, we have come here on a mission of peace. If possible, we would like to speak to one of your leaders.
To make a mental note for myself for some later.
Oh, goodness.
I just forgot something.
Okay.
Give me a persuasion check.
Okay.
As we've come up to the, assuming the camp is, I would take away my echo.
Yep, your echo disappears.
That's a 23 persuasion.
They kind of both look at each other and look back to you. What business does a small folk have with the Stone Giant Council?
We have come here in an effort on behalf of our people to help right the wrongs of some of your brethren that you have not been a part of. And we seek your assistance in that matter.
We are staying out of that conflict, but your way of speech is intriguing. The council will want to speak with all of you, even if it's not about this conflict you are all having on the surface world. Come, follow us. We'll stand and wait for you to approach.
Okay, they're willing to talk to us, but not so willing to help. Don't attack anyone.
I won't.
Start walking towards the giants.
Siegfried follows.
I guess
Right.
only in cities do I ever lead. When we're out and about in the wilderness, I don't lead.
Now, let's see if I can find the right music seamlessly. Yes. All right, so you would join up with these two giants as they turn on their heels and begin walking deeper into the cavern. And as it does so, it gradually opens more and more until you start to see in front of you like the large carved out area.
All the giants are in here.
Yeah, just like this place, and like you've kind of been going downwards this entire time, and this place is, and it's like the size of like a I guess it would be kind of a Neverwinter size, but it seems like it's still small for the giants themselves. So like it'd be like a small town to them, almost like a Phandelver, but it looks like a Neverwinter or Waterdeep to all of you with how big it is. These large buildings seem to be carved into the stonework, so it's not like there's a full building, just like the front part of ones, with open doorways. You see giants walking in and out of. You also see, as you're moving through these tunnels and even in the city itself, these small creatures with like this pale purplish skin, large stone gray eyes that like they look like there's a pupil there, but it almost looks like it was carved into the eye itself. They're about maybe a little bit taller than rock gnomes, and they have this wiry hair that almost seems to be made out of stone itself. Very thin arms, and they're doing a lot of like, you can see them digging crystals and gems out of the walls and doing work on the rock walls. And as you enter the entirety of this encampment of stone buildings seems to be made in a giant circle around a large stone pillar in the center of it that seems to be stabilizing the entire cavern. And in this stone pillar, you can see carvings of what seem to be stone giant faces. And there are a lot of different gems and jewels encrusted into this, either in the stone giant's eyes or just different areas on this pillar. And at the back of this cavern, a small set of stairs leads up to a very large front of a building carved into the wall. And they continue to walk past all these other giants, and these other stone giants will stop and stare at you all while you're walking. Like you could be crushed under their foot at any moment, because you essentially come up just above their ankle, like somewhere in between their ankle and their knee, as you're walking around here. And they lead you to this tall staircase in the back and start ascending the stairs. And for them, it's easy enough, just like you'd be walking upstairs normally. But for all of you, you have to you have to hoist yourself up these stairs and climb up them. And after give me a Constitution saving throw for the heck of it with all these stairs you're climbing.
Oh yeah, I Stairmaster 3000 all the time apparently. 19. Wait, sorry, you said yeah, 19.
Yep, Constitution save.
I got a
nat
12.
1.
Ooh.
Siegfried, you will have one level of exhaustion. Everybody that passed a 10 will not.
Okay. I got a 23.
Okay. So you make it to the top of the stairs. Siegfried's like trying to catch his breath a little bit, but they continue forward, and you're forced to follow after them or be left behind in the city. And as they enter, it's another large, like circular room. There's almost like a stone pedestal in the center of the room, which seems to meld directly into the floor, almost as if they carved the room out of the stone itself, which they probably did. And you see on the walls surrounding this entire room are like stone shelves with these large stone tablets with giant runes written on them, leaning against the back of the shelving.
What does it say?
You can see they. Well, we'll see in a moment. They lightly glow blue. There's hundreds of them leaning against these walls, and sitting in a circle in front of the shelves around this room are 5 stone giants sitting in these large stone chairs. You can see they're decorated in different ways. They have, like, one of them has almost like a giant frill of gems on their neck behind their head. Other ones will have like clothing made out of stone beads. All of them very well dressed compared to these stone giants that you've seen either in the city or the ones that are leading you to this council of stone giants. And they both kind of kneel down to one knee and bow their heads slightly before they say, Council, we have small folk with us that would like to speak with you on King Hireg's going on. So we told them we have nothing to do with it, but we thought maybe you would like to speak with them of the surface world. We leave them to you. So they slowly stand up and back out of the room, leaving you alone with these 5 stone giants who all sit silently staring at you, arms on the armrests of their stone chairs. And you can see their heads like slowly sway back and forth without the rest of their body moving.
I would repeat the gesture that the other giants did and kneel and go down to one knee, bow my head a little bit as I step forward and say, okay, this is thank you for seeing us, Council of Stone Giants. I am Benjamin Colana Jr. of Luskin. I am an emissary of the depths, and as I do that, I use minor illusion to form a small image above my head of basically like half of a ship sinking into the waves. And as I go along, I then introduce, with me is Kelborn Kerrigan of the Feywild, of the Princess Honor Guard, and I'll, above his head, again with minor illusion, have his double-bladed sword, and then have a pixie in front of that as well.
Nice touch.
Kevhorn of Gamasari, chosen of the mountains, and a 3-peaked mountain with a trident stuck into the top of it, with like the trident coming up above his head. Siegfried of Baldur's Gate, Painbearer of Ilmater, and I will do I'm assuming I've seen the holy symbol of Ilmater of some sort. If not, I'll make something else up. But I would do like the recognized symbol of Ilmater above Siegfried.
He would definitely have like a necklace of it and, you know, some stuff on him. So yeah, and he'll just kind of...
Give me a persuasion check with advantage, please.
Hell yes.
I'm the chosen one, apparently.
I mean, that's why I asked for titles from y'all. That is a 24.
You can see they all kind of sit forward with intrigue, and their heads are still doing the side-to-side movement slowly. And the one in the center of the 5 of them kind of leans towards Benjamin and company. You bring interesting visuals of the dream world above us. I am Steinrak of the Stone Giant Council. What is it exactly that troubles you of King Hireg and his war that he sees to bring to the surface?
Some of his forces are currently marshaled outside of one of our cities. and what may be a minor threat of less worthy giants, in your opinion, is still can be an insurmountable danger to us small folk. We have been sent out by the great seer called the Dream Speaker to seek allies in this war to save our race. And we were informed that you have not joined King Herrig, and we wish to see if there's any other aid you can offer or any other information you can offer us to preserve our race in the world above.
You see, as you say, Dream Speaker, his eyes kind of widen in interest again. Well, we can't be directly involved with any of this, as our god, Old Stone Bones, would do. He would stand aside in the squabbles of his brothers and sisters in the great ordering, as do we followers of him, not get involved in these. Even if King Herrig says it is the saying of Anam, the All-Father, it is not our place to decide. We are happy here in our mountain home. We do not need to get involved in the doings of the above world of dreams. But you say you look for some kind of help or information. We might be able to do something for you at a cost, of course.
We would not assume that any help you would offer would come free of charge. We were told that the giants hold many strengths that they may... I can't think of the word in the moment. Benjamin would have the word. Bestow upon those that are worthy. This is what we have come seeking.
You seek to take our trials, then? Be that for information or be that for boon?
Yes.
Yes or no wasn't what I was looking for there. What I was looking for was, did you want information or did you want boon?
Boon. Boon.
If we can only choose one, we would choose the boon.
Well, I'll tell you what. 3 trials we have to give. You choose how many trials you want to partake in, and we can give you something for each of those trials.
I'm not familiar with your practices. Must we decide on a number of trials before we embark on any of them?
I will tell you this of the 3. Our first 2 trials are, we'll say, the more mundane of the trials. For those, you can choose boon or information. If it is what I assume you've been told of giants, the totem you speak, only the 3rd trial will get you that.
Would you please excuse us for one moment so that we can discuss and plan before we embark on anything.
Take your time, for time is meaningless.
Okay.
Just like huddle in the back of this room.
You can hear like all five of them begin like humming the soft melody that they are all in tune with each other with, as their heads continue to sway back and forth.
How are we feeling, folks? What are we
All
thinking?
three. All three.
Were they speaking
Okay.
common or giant?
They're speaking common.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, we came here for the totem, correct? So,
Okay.
We need all the
yeah.
help we can get.
It sounds like we could just take on the third trial and gain the totem without taking on the other two. Sounds like the third trial is also the most difficult, which makes sense.
well, if that's the case, do we know what kind of information they'll give to us?
They may have locations of other giants, of other giant enclaves that are out there. They may have information about King Reg himself. We haven't been able to speak to any giants about this, so that is information I would seek from them.
I wonder if we can ask specific questions that they might know the answer to. Like, if we ask them what Korosonos might desire or something.
Perhaps. I don't know. From how they're speaking, I don't know if they get out from here much.
Right. And then also, it's like, what if the information is like how to make a burrito?
Well, I would assume we ask for the information, and then it's not just like a fun fact you get underneath the cap of a Snapple or something like that. Kind of assume it'd be related to what we were going for, or in response to a question type of situation.
Right. No, I'm not. I'm okay to do all three.
It also seems like we do not need to undertake them immediately today if we wish to fully rest, or we can ask them if we can do one or two today, take a little nap ski, and then to do another one tomorrow. Again, specifics, we can iron that out, but I think we should be at our peak if we are going to take on the third trial.
Hey.
Okay. So we're all good. Trying to go for all three. See if we can space them out a little bit, or at least get some details on that. Okay. All right. I'll kind of walk forward again, and say, pardon our lack of knowledge again. Is there do these trials need to be taken sequentially, or can we rest in between trials? Is there any rules or traditions related to that?
Time is of your own choosing. You are of the dream world of the surface. If it matters to you, the speed in which these are completed, do them hastily. If not, take your time.
Through the spores, I'm cool, great. We can take as long as we want. We can sleep in between each one if we need to, folks.
That's right. I did say that time was meaningless to them, so...
Yeah, should have thought of that. Okay. Then my companions and I are prepared to undertake the first trial.
All right, well then, follow us out to the art yard, and we will
Okay.
commence with our first trial. During this time, I know you were interested in these stone tablets, Kelborn.
yeah.
So do a quick perception check to see what you can gather as this conversation's happening.
Oh no. A 9.
A 9. The only thing you're able to really catch as these tablets are like glowing and dissipating, and this light is just enough to make it hard to read. Your eyes have a hard time focusing on them, but you do catch like one of the larger tablets in the center. It says, "At the beginning, Anam, the All-Father, created the planets." Or so they say, and then from there you're unable to catch anything else as these runes glow in and out.
Created the planets, is that what you said?
Yep. Or so they say.
I hate to do this to you, Baka, but I'm gonna... You know what's weird? Those plaques. They say at the beginning, the All-Father, Alam, created the
Anam.
planets. Anam.
Annam.
Created the planets. But I thought they didn't... I thought time wasn't real.
I don't know. I don't know what to make of that. That's I don't know.
I wonder if they've ever thought about that.
It's like something breaks in Benjamin a little bit. Like I don't know. Okay. That could be interesting to ask them about.
I mean,
Are you okay?
I guess I could be jumping the gun, jumping the arrow a little bit.
There's guns at this point. There's guns in Lost Mine, and it's been how many years since then?
But I mean, I guess they could be talking about like at the beginning of the rope, at the beginning of the beach. You know, doesn't have to be at the beginning of time, I suppose.
It also seems like they may be aware of time below ground, but anything above ground does not matter to them. So in that sense, it may be that they were created under the earth, so they have only known that, and everything above is the dream world where time does not impact them.
I wonder how you tell time down here without light.
That's a great question. Maybe it doesn't matter to them at all, and time as a concept started, but they pay no attention to it.
Hey, that sounds a lot like the Fae, actually.
Hey. Okay.
So you
Climbing down all these steps now again.
glide down these stairs. The different ornaments and things that these stone giants are wearing. Like one of them's just wearing slats of granite as clothing, are jangling and clacking against each other as these 5 stone giants walk down. And you see, like, as some of the stone giants that were walking around before just kind of would stop and look at you. As these 5 come out of this building, all of the stone giants stop and go down to one knee and bow their head as they come down these stairs. You guys slide down the stairs after them as quick as you can and follow. No Constitution saving throws here. It's easier to go down than it is to go up. But they make their way to the right, past a lot of these buildings, to an open space off to the side that has all these different stone carvings, some very lifelike versions of all different kinds of giants, very lifelike looking creatures, jewels encrusted into them. And as they make it to the center of it, they turn the 4 of you, and the main one addresses you once again, Steinerrak. He says, "This is where your first trial will be taking place. You shall carve the most artistic vision you can think of out of one of our stone pillars here. You may all decide to work on it, or you may choose a champion out of the 4 of you. You will be facing off against one of our stone carvers, as well as one of our pecks. As you see, kind of gestures to one of these small, pale, purple-looking skinned creatures with the large, gray stone eyes, and they're kind of jittering a little bit as they hold a chisel and a hammer in their hands. So, will this be a group effort or a champion effort?
I'm trying to think of what kind of role this would be.
Without, like, based off the conversations basically we had on the road here, I don't think any of us are particularly good at stone carving, so I'll just respond. It will be a group effort on our part.
Of course, as you wish. He kind of motions his hands to, again, some of these pecks that are over in the corner, and they go into this chest and start taking out chisels and hammers and run over and hand them to each of you. So they're a little small for you because they're made for these pecks, but they aren't giant-sized like the stone giant that is standing at the ready waiting to start carving at his stone pillar has.
Okay.
Take as much time as you need, for there's plenty of it.
Good. Okay, thank you.
Right. You all may begin. You hear the clang of the stone giant as he starts chiseling into his stone pillar. You see the peck just kind of going up and chiseling away at your shin height, essentially, on his stone pillar.
I have an idea.
Okay, it's more than
We
what
have
I
to
have.
know our audience. Alright, so when we were in that last room, the council, there was runes up above. They talked about their Allfather. Has anyone here ever heard of a gnome?
History checks or religion.
Is this like a giant god?
You can assume as much, but you can also do a check to see further.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
I
you
should
can roll.
probably.
That is a nat 20 for 24 on religion.
Ooh.
13.
And Kevin, what are you doing?
10.
10. Siegfried, you would know all of this, and Kelborn, you would know at least this much. Anam, the Allfather, is like the top of the giant pantheon. He is the father to the rest of the giant gods, essentially. I'm just trying to think. My books in the other room, so I'm trying to think of other things I can tell you that would maybe helpful here.
What does he look like? Is he like depicted normally with like a big beard or like a something?
Anam, known as the Allfather, the top of the pantheon for giants. He was thought, or he has been told in many different iterations, you've heard many different iterations, to be at least part of the creation of the planets, whether it was he created them himself, he created them by using the scatterings of the remains of the first world, or if they were made during a fight with Bahamut at some point. You know, in some way or form, he created the worlds, or so it's said. He's thought of as like a deep learning and profound god, but you also know that from your readings from giant priests that a lot of them seem to think he is no longer in the forefront of the pantheon, you could say. Like, he's not taking direct workings in the pantheon. He seems to have like taken a step back, or so it's from what you've read. Maybe until the time of the giants rise again, or you're not sure why he has, but he seems to have taken a back seat in the pantheon at this point.
Oh, interesting. Now it sounds like it could be Risk. Like, why is he not at the top of the pantheon anymore? Is it because they hate him now?
You don't know. You just know what's been going around the temples, or Siegfried does.
Siegfried does, yeah. Does he share that?
Yeah, I was thinking of what to say exactly, but
okay, yeah.
yeah, I guess he'll just so Anam is, or was, so to be said, the creator of worlds, and however recently has been pushed down the pantheon. I'm not certain why, but that is what I have been told.
Well, there's some risk there. We should probably find that out before we decide for sure. But I was thinking, we make something significant to the giants, might give us brownie points. And perhaps if we, chose one of their gods in some sort of fight, it might bolster some of their wills to join us.
Well, if that's the case, what better god than Ilmater?
Is that the one that they worship?
I doubt it. No.
No. There is also, that is a great plan. What I was thinking as well, they seem to be enamored with the world above, even though they are not above it, a part of it. Just, it seems that we were from that world, and came to them was enough of a oddity that they wish to speak to us more. So that may be a possibility as well, just showing more of the dream world, as they call it.
You are brilliant. What if we show the world as it is now, and then what it'll become if the giants succeed? Show them how disastrous and gross it could be.
This is a beautiful picture. But do any of us know how to use these?
No.
Absolutely not.
You know,
Not even, never, just like holding a chisel, just like the wrong way. Never even held one in my life.
Plus, it's
This
like
is not-
smaller, right?
It's smaller than like humanoid size chiseling wood, not by much, but
Kevhorn will look over to the opponent's side.
there are two.
How
There's
far-
one on either side of you. There's the stone giant, and then there's the peck or petch. I
How
guess
far
it's
along
pronounced
are they?
petch. The stone giant seems to be making some pretty decent headway. You could assume probably an experienced stoneworker. You're not entirely sure what the petch is doing. It's just like you can see it climbing up the stone pillar, like its nails and on its hands and feet almost acting like pittons as it climbs up and down and chisels something away, and then kind of crawls the other side and starts chiseling again. You're not entirely sure what it's doing.
We were told that we have as much time as we wish, so we're not in direct temporal competition with them, just the finished product.
I know. It's just I don't want to be here for long.
Well, yes, but
Well, Catforn will go up to their portion of the wall and start chiseling away a before and after of what could be if the stone giants joined our cause.
All right. Is
This is a
everybody
rough
else
sketch.
helping Catforn with this, or are you all doing your own chiselings?
No, I mean helping with it as much as I can. Because are we working on a wall or like a pillar?
It's a pillar.
Oh, it's a pillar.
This is like
Okay.
SpongeBob when like Squidward's like chiseling
Yeah.
the marble and yeah.
Yeah, because there's like statues all around you, and like some of them are just like pillars with depictions on them, but for the most part, there's a lot of statues.
I wish I
Okay.
had something.
With that, I will try and separate the pillar into parts. Basically, retelling what we've done, meet the stone giants, talk with them, and hypothetically, if they do join, draw that and draw the outcome of that at the top or whatnot.
All right. I will have everybody roll either a sleight of hand or a performance check. And it's gonna be a group
Performance,
check.
Yes.
Okay.
You have the other half of the group not good enough.
I didn't even roll that well.
I mean, it's still okay. That is a 21 performance.
14.
A 17 sleight of hand.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
A nat 20 for a 22 performance.
Let's go.
Very nice.
Oh, yes, yes.
So, if one of you would like to describe in detail what this looks like, you all rolled well enough that you're going to be able to convey what you're trying to convey. So, actually, Catforn, you took the lead on the chiseling. If you want to, in detail, describe what this thing looks like, you have the floor.
So it is separated into sections, bottom to top. At the bottom is where we enter or meet the stone giant circle. Is that what you called it?
Yeah, you use circle.
Stone giant circle. And the second segment above that would be us talking or negotiating plans of taking down King Herrig. Third, fourth, and like all the columns above that would just be of what could be if the stone giants join. So them following us out of the cave, them joining the battle, us defeating King Herrig, and then the top one's like all us victorious and whatnot.
All right, you do this, and as you finish and step back, the council begins to approach, and you look over to your opponents. The patch has made this. It looks a little strange. There's a lot of just indents where, it doesn't look like anything. It just kind of looks like he chiseled on the pillar at different points. And you see the stone giant is still working as you take a step back and they approach. And as the council takes their place in front of all of you, with one last dink on the stone pillar, the whole thing just crumbles to the ground, and the stone giant kind of looks down at it. Not my best work. He rolled a natural one.
Dang, dude.
Oh no!
I thought you were about to pull an actual SpongeBob.
The actual
Yeah, I was
SpongeBob,
thinking
no.
that
Hits it and it becomes like the most beautiful.
He rolled a natural one, so it all crumbled, and all the council looks disappointed, and they look over at the Petch's carvings. That's very interesting work you did there. It's got an artistic flair to it. A lot of imagination was put into it. Maybe we will move you off of excavation to be an official stone carver now. They turn to look at all of yours and say, now this is very well done, very good. work on this? What exactly are you conveying with this surface dwellers?
This would be, unless you would like to, Kyle.
No, you can. You're the talker. You're the talker.
Victory.
This is a depiction of the victory that would come about by the stone giants lending their aid to the small folk in our fight against King Hreg, which would, with your might, help tip the scales in our favor, allowing the surface to continue, your dream world to continue to move on as it has been in all of its wonderful eccentricities.
Do a persuasion check.
Okay. Okay, that's a no, that's I think I did better before. Because I can't do math. A 20. No, 21. I'm exceptionally bad at math. 20.
That's a very intriguing storyline you've put together here. You weave very elegant dreams, small folk. It does give us something to think about and contemplate, but you have passed this trial and beaten our other two contestants, so we will allow you one of our boons and information that you would like to ask. And he gestures over to one of the council members, who steps forward with a chest and places it down in front of all of you and opens it. And there's 4 little stones in there.
I take one.
Anybody else?
Yeah.
Is there
I
different
take
colors?
They're all the same.
Okay.
They're all like a flat piece of granite, it looks like, almost.
Yeah, I take one.
Yeah, of course I'm gonna take a stone. We won this fair and square.
With these stones, if you crush them in your hand, it will give you stone skin for 1 hour.
That's very useful.
And that's interact with objects, not an action or anything. And now, for your question you would like to ask.
Are we gonna ask about the dragon? Or something else?
I was going to start with the location of the other giant strongholds. That seems more pertinent than the dragon, that we at least know where it is. Where are the capitals? I don't know the correct word, of strongholds of the other giant kin.
Well, there are many to our east. As far as the newer ones or old ones that are being bolstered up during these coming trials of the giants, you of course have the fire giants stronghold. Cinder Forge can be found under, let's see if I want to change it at the last second or not. Like a random thought of something that I don't know where it is anymore.
Menzo Barazan.
Menzo Barazan, no. You will find Cinder Forge in the Storm Horns.
are those? Is that like a mountain range?
Yep, in the south.
Oh, in the south. Okay.
The hill giants haven't set anything up yet along the Sword Coast, but they are also the pawns of King Hireg. He's having them move in first, along with the Ettins and the trolls and the ogres and any other lesser ranking giants that need something to do in his upcoming overtaking of the Sword Coast. Ice giants have started combining their tribes under one Jarl and have been mostly congregating at the Reghead Glacier, where they are doing some kind of excavation project for King Hireg. Storm giants, of course, answer directly to King Hireg out at Maelstrom, far off in the ocean, the sea. What do you call it up there?
Ocean.
Yes, far off in the ocean. Never been to Maelstrom myself, but I did get invited if we were to join, which we of course do not. Am I missing any?
I believe there are cloud giants as well.
The cloud giants, of course. They are so high above us, I often forget of their presence here in the Sword Coast. They have not been as keen to move as far west as the rest. Their Cloud City is still above all of us and tends to move around. But I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't know where their cloud lies at this moment. But it's a very grandiose cloud. Court of the Stratus is what it is known as.
And where do the Fomorians fit into all this?
The Fomorians? Why, I haven't heard of the Fomorians in many eons? No. I don't know. It's been what I assume is a long time for you. They were banished to the Underdark a long time ago, along with their god, Korontor, by Anam himself for attacking the Feywild. You think they're a part of this now?
Nay. They attacked the Feywild portal. They tried to kill me before these folks showed up.
If this is true, that would be terrible news. They were not meant to be released from their underground prisons, even below where we dwell. We, from time to time, make pilgrimages into the Underdark to meditate to old stone bones and seek wisdom from him, but we do not go that deep to where they were banished to. This is concerning, but I can only take word of the dream dwellers so far. So we'll keep this in mind, but we do not know if we can take this as truth yet.
Do you mind if I ask one more thing?
I will allow one more thing for this beautiful piece of art you have gifted to us.
How were the Fomorians banished? Like, was there a magical artifact or a, magical spell that bound them?
The All-Father Anam himself trapped them down there using his divine powers. So only some kind of magic powerful enough to contest that would be able to allow them out.
Oh. Well, that's scary.
Now, just this enormous clap as he claps his hands together. You can feel the whoosh of air go past you. Are we ready for our second trial?
Yeah? Yes.
We'll come to the entrance of the stone layer, and we will be able to commence in our next trial. Begin striding off towards the way that you all entered into this area. There's like a small crowd of stone giants following behind all of you, watching this. After seeing your great works with stone, they want to see what you can do next. As you come up to this entranceway, you can see there's like piles of larger rocks and some smaller ones. Now we must test your strength. You will be in a rock throwing competition against our best rock thrower, and of course something to match you, one of our patches. And you see another one of these scrawny little pale purple creatures wearing just a loincloth clamber up to the smallest pile of rocks and like starts doing squats and stretching, as well as this very large stone giant, one of the guards that you saw before, come up to the rock piles. And there is like a pile of rocks that are probably about this big around, and by this big I mean a little bit bigger than a human's head, for those of you listening audio only. That seems to be the pile for you. And he goes on to, you can either all throw and take an average of your best throw, or you can choose one champion to throw.
Kevhorn, on the scale of 1 to 20, how strong would you say you are?
Kevhorn will not do that because I just realized we're in a fucking stone place. He will drop, I was about to say stab his trident into the ground. Just drop his trident. Yeah, I'm not gonna drop out of the shield. I'll keep the shield on. But crack his knuckles and say 40.
40?
Yes.
Oh.
Wait, what? You said 1 to 20?
Yeah.
I'll say 40.
I don't think Kyle's catching what you're trying to say.
No, I do not.
I'm gonna roll with it then. Oh,
If you're looking to see my
strong
modifier,
hey, that was it.
it's a +4.
Okay, we have the same strength. Okay. Cool.
I mean, we could tag team this.
That's true.
Come on, Benji.
The master.
This is far beyond anything I'm skilled in.
I've got my practice throws in with my trident. I got this.
All right. So
Alright.
are we having our 2 melee classes going, or are we having 1 champion?
I don't know, how confident are you feeling in your role? You got one cooking in there?
Before they throw, whoever
No.
decides or whatever we decide.
I'm always throwing.
Sorry, Siegfried, what were you saying?
Can I bless whoever is going to throw?
Yeah,
Or
you can bless them.
Okay.
You can bless both of us.
All
Bless the rock.
Yes.
All
I will
right.
just bless both of you then.
All right. Sounds like both of you are stepping up then.
Fuck it. Yeah.
All right. Now that everyone has been chosen, this will consist of best of 3 throws. So, let's start with round 1. All right. Make your athletics checks.
Ooh.
Oh. What did you get?
It's not terrible. It's a 14, and then the bless brings me to a 15.
Oh, wait, we're blessed. Yeah, yep. I rolled a 19.
Okay, hey,
19.
that's good.
And what was your roll?
A 15.
15. So, unfortunately, with the average of the 2, you both throw. Calborn's goes further, but Calborn's is a little short. You see the stone giant hurl his, and it lands in between the 2 of yours. But then you see this scrawny little petch pick up his stone, both hands over his head, and just and it sails past everybody's, rolling a 21. Lands as the furthest. The petch takes the first round.
Okay.
Round 2.
We cannot have that.
All right, round 2. Athletics checks.
I kind of wonder if one of us should step out. Like, I could step out, because I feel like combining our score, like, if I get a shit score, you get a good score, we're never gonna win. You know what I mean?
But what happens if I get a shit score?
We would have lost either way. You know what I mean? But I think, like, if one of us gets, like, your 19 on its own would have gave us at least second place or whatever, wouldn't have won, but I brought your score down. But if you had scored bad anyways, we would have lost anyways. You see what I'm saying? Like,
I know, but
having 2 of us can only hinder us, I think.
are they going to allow you backing out?
I like to withdraw myself.
All right. One of the surface dwellers steps out. Only 1 surface dweller remains.
What if you were my lucky charm?
I rub your shoulders. See, you got this.
I am so covered in spider gut.
That's all right. That's all right.
I just lean over to Siegfried as this is happening. Like, did the Giants think about if one person wins each round? Because there's only 3 rounds and there's 3 competitors. What happens then?
I better win. I swear to God, if that scrawny little thing wins,
Maybe they fight it out.
Ooh,
I will fight.
What'd you roll?
27.
Nice.
27.
Ooh.
You hurl it even further than anybody else had the previous round. It lands. You see the stone giant pick his up and throw it. It goes just beyond where you threw yours. And then you see the patch go, eh! And it goes boop, like right in front of him. Not rolling as well at that time. All right. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, by the way, it's a good thing I left. I rolled a 3, so I would have had like under a 10.
All right, 3rd round. Everybody make your rolls.
I don't even think I'm gonna win.
Okay.
Come on, Kev. Come on, Kev.
Okay, what's plus? What's plus? What's plus?
D4. Come on, 4 on there. 4.
Okay.
What'd you get?
I rolled a 19. I get a +7, 26. Rolled a 3, 29.
Ooh.
You throw your rock and go sailing past even further than you threw it the time before and lands. You see the stone giant lifts his up, throws it, and it lands short of yours.
Okay.
Then you see the pet. He gathers all of his strength, squats down, picks up his rock, stands up really fast, locking his knees, lifts the rock over his shoulder. And it goes far, but not far enough to pass either of yours. With the 3-way tie.
Yeah, how does this work?
The surface dweller got second the other 2 times, making him the winner.
Oh, it's just an average. Okay.
The surface dweller champion, you may receive a boon, and all of you may receive information.
Oh, I only get a boon.
Yes, you are the only one that participated. You're the only one to get this boon.
Okay.
He gestures to another one of the council members who puts a chest in front of you. You lift it up, and there's a little pebble in there with some moss on it.
What does it do?
Just to lick this rock, and you will get the effects of the past without a trace spell.
He pockets it.
Insight check. Are these
Okay.
giants just screwing with us?
Go for it.
Oh man, that's not great. 12.
They act so strangely it's hard to read because they're not giving the reads of a normal humanoid.
Am I winning these for nothing?
What information do you seek?
What do we want to ask them? If they don't like dragons, I don't know if they would know any information about what they would like.
I doubt they would know the answer to what my question is.
Well, if we do ask about dragons, perhaps they'll know what dragons don't like, such as an enemy or something, and then we could kill it. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, it's the giants are the dragon's enemies.
Wait,
That's kind of how it. Because
That's a good point.
Well, there's a good saying.
we
Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. There's bound to have some information.
okay. I might be blanking on it. Do we know why they're doing this? King Herrig, the giants.
I thought about that too, like asking like motive, because that can affect a lot of things too.
Yeah. If not, I'm gonna ask that.
Yeah, we have like vague information, but I mean, you also won the competition. I think it's very fair if you
Yeah.
ask that, because that's good information to get to.
I mean, no, they said each of us can ask, right?
Like the group can ask, and like essentially like last time where they gave you as much like a bunch of information off of one topic. That's essentially what this is going to be as well.
Are we okay with that question?
I think so. That'll be useful information to have.
Kevforn will step up. Our question will be, do you know why King Herrig is doing all of this?
He told us that the Allfather Anam sent him to do this, to reclaim the planet in the name of the giants. Though we have not heard, well, not us specifically, but in our convenings with old stone bones, Anam has not been present in the giant ordning for many decades, eons. whatever you think is an incredibly long time. Since your kind started populating the lands above, Anam has been absent. It is said he will return in the time the giants are to reclaim this planet. But we have a feeling this might not be the case in this time.
So, King Herrig is lying?
We have our doubts that he might be, but the others seem to think he was chosen to bring the time of the giants back. Hence part of our reasoning for not partaking in this great war.
Who are the other giant deities? We have heard of Anam, Old Stone Bones. Who are the other deities of the giants?
Of course, there are many sons and daughters of Anam. You have Stranmus, the oldest of the siblings, and that which the storm giants tend to follow. You have, I want to say, next in birth order, of course, is Hayati, his first daughter and second child. Then, of course, you have Elanis, another one of his daughters. You have the twins, Surtur and Thrym, the fathers to the fire and the ice giants. You have Anam. Sorry, that's the All-Father. You have Diane Castra, the giant, the giant goddess, the giant goddess of trickery, Diane Castra, the last of his daughters. You have the twins once again, Karantor, the banished son, and his twin Grolantor, father to the hill giants. And I did pass over one of the elder brothers, Memnor, known mostly to be followed by cloud giants.
Sorry, I'm still typing notes. I haven't thought of if I have a question yet.
That's fair enough.
So, are all of them still in the Ordering?
Yes, they were left to run the Ordering without the guidance of their father. And Old Stone Bones, I forgot to mention.
Is he related to Enom?
He is one of his sons as well. He is known to the other giants as Scoreus, but the stone giants call him Old Stone Bones.
And does Old Stone Bones get along with his father?
For the most part, they all do. Some of them have their bickerings, but like I've mentioned, no one has really heard from Anam in a long, long time.
What is the domain or influence of Hyeti and Alanis? They don't have any direct giant-kin children, but Diane Castor is the goddess of trickery. You didn't mention any domains for them.
Hyeti, sorry, is known for her companionship. Sorry. She is a protective figure. She keeps watch over the hearths and fields of giants. She blesses our agriculture and our family lives, as well as the hunts. Ilanis, on the other hand, is a goddess of knowledge and learning. She is similar in age to Grolantor and Carontor, but unlike her more boorish and bullying brothers, is known to be very kind and loving. Most of the daughters are, all of them I should say, are very much happy with the world that was created by their father, even in the times of the small folks. Much of them are, all of them I should say, are intrigued with the lives of the small folks and what they have brought to this planet. I highly doubt they have any part of this upcoming war as well.
What of their mother?
There is no speaking of a mother in this ordaining. Gods do have different ways of creating offspring other than sexual reproduction. Sometimes it could be their blood spilt upon the land. Other times it could be their dreams manifesting into offspring. I can't say I am familiar with how each of the children of the ordaining were born. It might be in the readings of older giant societies, but our collections do not carry that information.
That is very useful, thank you.
Now, what do we say we do a third trial?
2 for 2, let's go.
You are impressing the rest of the Stone Giant Society. I would hate to bring that energy down. This is as much enthusiasm as I've seen down here in a long time.
How are we feeling, folks, about a third trial right now? That's what I thought, Siegfried.
Great, amazing.
Did we?
On top, on fire.
So when we leveled up, if we gain new spell slots, do we have those?
Yes, you have the new spell slots, but not the ones that you spent earlier.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm late now. I don't know if we have them all excited. Could that help us in convincing them? Join us?
I would rather secure the totem no matter what. The giants joining would be a bonus. But it seems like from what the dream speaker said, the totem is more important.
Yeah, but they seem to like. The emotions going on right now, they're on a high. If we stop now, that's gonna go away, and it might ruin whatever chance we have of them joining us.
My connection to Ilmater down here. I need time for prayer, but I can muster what I have.
So
Don't
far, the
wanna
trials haven't been deadly.
He also said the first two were the easiest. And that the third was different. They didn't exactly give specifics about how. He also said that the first two were mundane, which makes me think the third one will not be mundane.
Well, if time doesn't matter to them, then we just tell them all to hold on to the excitement, and we'll be back in no time.
I think that's best. I am okay, but we only got out of the encounter with Aramia because of Siegfried's abilities.
That's true. Siegfried, if you don't feel ready, then we wait.
I'll turn to the council and say, a small folk tire much more quickly than you of the giant kin. We have had an arduous journey just to enter your gates. We need time to fully prepare ourselves so that we can give you the best showing that we can of the final trial. It would be a poor showing in our current state.
Of course. I forget the limitations of small folk. You'll have to excuse my eagerness. We will make upper quarters for you to rest in, and on the morrow, you may take on our third trial. He turns to the stone giants behind him. All of you go about your business. There will be no more trials today.
Come back
The small
tomorrow.
folk tire. They cannot continue on in the state they are in currently. You see, they all slowly start to turn away, pick up things that they had been carrying places, and continue
Shall
on their
be
day.
even better tomorrow.
He turns back. I'm sure you all will be. Now, if you'll follow me, we have a spare quarters you all can stay in. I hope stone beds are to your liking.
It will be lovely. Considering we've been sleeping on the ground for the past 2 weeks, it can't be much different.
He'll bring you
At least there's
into
grass.
he'll bring you into one of the smaller carved buildings in the circle that is the society. Walk you through there is no door again, it's just a doorway. And he'll gesture to the room it has about 6 giant-sized stone beds. You may stay here for the evening. We'll have 2 guards outside of your doorway, because though you have been well behaved, you are still new and of the surface. So we don't want to take chances of you trying to rig your final trial. Have a good sleep.
Oh,
And
I have
aye, you go first.
I have more of a mundane thing to ask. Because of your great skill with gems and stone, I am in need of something for my workings that I would be to pay for, so that I can cast some of my magics.
And what is that you search for, small one?
It is unusual. I need a gem that has tears encapsulated inside of it.
Do you think we cry into our gems?
I think it is within your skill to craft something of that nature. I do not think it is of the norm for you.
As a DM, what is this for?
It's for a spell that I picked up. It's a spell component. I need a tears within a gem worth at least 300 gold. So I need it for the spell.
Okay, yeah, as long as it has a price to it.
Yeah, that's why.
I can get our patches on it. I'm sure they can spare some tears or find some. They are rather useful at going to the surface to gather things that we may need.
I can also provide tears if they need it.
Very intriguing. If you would be willing, it would speed up the process.
When I have them ready, I'll pass them off to one of the guards.
Perfect. And you, red-headed small one.
Hey, name's Kilborn Kerrigan. Nice to meet you. Alright, so my question is, you know, when we first arrived here, we were all in our armor and weapons because we were traveling through a dangerous area. Hey?
You probably came through the spider passage, did you not?
Hey. So I was just wondering if tomorrow we should leave our weapons and armor here, or if we'll need them for the trial.
That is your decision to make alone.
We're gonna wear our armor.
Damn it, I just wanted to see if you would hint whether it was...
I suppose
do you
that
find
depends.
that most
that
people
depends
that go...
if you want to be protected or if you want to be stealthy.
Do you find that most people who do the third trial bring their armor and weapons?
I feel that the patches we have sent to try and complete this trial for us, for it is a strange trial, none of them have returned.
All right. Okay. We'll bring the weapons and armor.
Wait. The boons we want,
Yes,
they're going to be useful for this trial, aren't they?
possibly, possibly not. You will have to find out once you get there.
Also, you guys are the stone giants. Do you possibly have a cleansing stone?
No, but I heard if you would have checked the rooms in the spider tunnels, there was maybe a chance of finding one in there.
We're going back. We're going back.
Again, it's a
Get it on the way
chance. You have to roll the right number to find one.
I will.
All right. With that, I leave you all to your rest. We will return to our chamber to continue our meditations. They leave. Is there anything you would like to talk about amongst yourselves?
Okay. We did. We're doing good. We're doing good.
Hey.
Killed
Sorry,
this
friends.
crazy spider chick. Chiseled on a pillar through some rocks.
Yeah, great. I mean, the pillar truly thought we were going to lose that one. Didn't think we had any chance at pulling that one off. Stone one had a good enough chance. Pillar, absolutely not. So, yes, good job all around on that.
I'm sorry that we needed to take a break. I was close to losing you, and I don't want to risk that.
No, it is wiser to rest now. Again, this boon, this totem is what we came here for. I don't want to lose the chance to gain it.
What do you
There
think
was
the giants want that they haven't been able to get? They clearly have sent their pitches to go fetch this, and no one's ever returned.
Maybe the Petches haven't been worthy of it, or haven't wanted it hard enough. They seem like they're kind of just like around.
Right, but it sounds almost like the giants are using us, you know, to get something they want.
Aren't we using them to get something we want?
Oh, of course, I'm not saying it's a problem. I just trying to think in advance what they might want.
I mean, it also seems unusual that they don't have the totem itself in their possession. I thought it would be something that they already have control over.
So, the item we're going to go get, you believe, is the totem?
I think so. Based off of what they were saying, it seemed like it.
Huh.
They seem trustworthy. Maybe they were just testing their defenses.
Through chiseling stone?
No, sending the pecs to the boon.
No,
Or totem.
I thought he said the pitches have gone and they haven't returned. I guess you could be right. I just thought that he was saying it in a way that they had sent them to go get something and they never returned with it.
I took it as they were guinea pigs.
Oh my god.
Nasty little guys.
Oh, Gollum.
That is not what I
Yeah.
pictured.
The patches.
They're nasty little freaks.
I was picturing little nose passes with arms.
I guess it could be either of those instances. It could be something else they're looking to fetch, or fetching the totem itself.
So, if they've been sending their pitches to try to get the totem, why would they give us the totem if we fetch it?
It's the reward of the trial. If we succeed on the trial, we get the totem.
I'm gonna message. I'm blanking on the title.
The story keeper or the dream speaker?
Storykeeper. Have you heard of the Stone Giants trial?
Oh, hey there, bud. It's good to hear from you again. I can't say I've heard of it myself. Why, are you there now?
We're about to head into the final and most... I want to use the word arduous, but I don't know what it really means. Difficult trial.
Oh, well, that seems pretty difficult, but good luck to you. I don't know what it could be.
The group suspects foul play. Have the Stone Giants been known for trickery?
Not that I've ever been aware of, but again, they kind of keep to themselves. They tend not to go to the surface, think of it as some kind of dreamscape that they're intrigued by but don't want to interact with. They usually send these little creepy guys up there to kind of set up stone conduits for them to interact with the outside world rather than be a part of it themselves.
Okay, thanks. Love you. Bye.
Okay, good night.
Can I spend some of this long rest seeing if there is any magic in this staff?
Yeah, do an Arcana check.
That's a 6.
I'll say with a 6, you can tell the rod itself is not magical, but like when you try to interact with the webs, it's like incredibly strong, as if it's emboldened by something.
I just spend like 10 minutes just like poking at the web, like, definitely something up with this.
It's a web.
Do you just like set it to the side then, or do you do anything else with it?
I mean, I really want to see if it's magical. I don't know what else that would take, though.
I will say, in a world of Dungeons and Dragons where there are magical items abound, you would know the majority of them need to be attuned without having like an identify spell or something. You are able to attune with the majority of magical items, and then you'll inherently know what they can do.
You attune and it turns you into a drider.
Yeah, I mean, like,
I will say that is the risk. It could be cursed.
Yeah, what's remove curse? That's like a 3rd level spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a cleric with us. I mean, what's attunement to a strange magical item to a warlock? Come on.
Come on.
Yeah, I'll attune to the item.
All right. You spend an hour attuning. Is anybody else doing anything tonight?
I'll look at the Great Axe.
Do an Arcana check.
Oh. Oh. It's that kind of look. Not great.
Well, what kind of look did you want to give it?
It's okay. I got it rolled good. 17.
It just seems like a +1 Great Axe mechanically.
Sell.
add to wares.
Yeah.
I sit down on Siegfried's stone slab. I say,
Just a giant bed. like a 20+ foot long bed.
we all just sleep on the same bed. So, Il Malter can feel pain. How about disease?
Well, I do have some ability to cure some disease. What exactly what disease is this?
Not sure. No one's ever been able to figure it out before.
Well, I do know that I am able to cure diseases. And I feel as if there are many other things that I can do. Hellborn, you should be dead.
I know. And I am very thankful for your help. Your gold.
I did not heal you. I did not cast a spell on you.
What do you mean?
I felt energy course through me, but it was not me. It was not in my control. Ilmater wants you alive.
Why would he want that?
I don't know. There are questions I've been asking him that I'm still waiting on answers for. The only thing you can do is pray to him yourself and seek answers from him. And perhaps he can also assist you with this disease. Maybe that's why he's brought us together.
I hope so.
speaking of the spider cave, and he'll kind of say this loud enough to where the rest of you can hear it as well, but hopefully quiet enough to where the guards outside can't hear it. I experienced something a little strange when we were fighting, and the rest of you were infected by that plague of spiders. It's as if I was in there too. I could feel them crawling on me, but there was nothing on me.
You know,
I felt that feeling before.
yeah, you know when you think you try to kill a spider and it jumps away, and then you just feel like they're all over you.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe something like that.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Yeah.
Benjamin doesn't say anything, but does, if Siegfried would notice, just like holds his gaze for a while, just of like not just in like a little bit of like a confused / concerned way, but doesn't say anything. Just a look like not agreeing with the other two or anything like that, just holding his gaze for a little bit.
And during this time, Siegfried would also finally be like wiping away his face, and noticing the dried blood that had gone down his eyes earlier. And he doesn't really say anything about it, but he's noticed it.
I just realized the stone giant saw you like that.
Natalie F.
If I did want to pray to Immortal, how does one do that?
To be honest, I've never really had to think about how to pray. But what I was taught is that in my younger days that you just think, you block out your mind to your surroundings and just try to make a connection with him. If you'd like, I can pray with you.
Yeah. Alright, let's give it a go.
There are ways to strengthen a connection of prayer, such as incense and a censer and things of that sort. And he'll pull out his censer and add the incense into it. And he'll light it and just kind of, do all of that stuff. And then he'll kneel at his bedside and just kind of gesture towards Kelborn.
Yeah.
You kneel at the bedside and it's just huge.
I follow suit.
And he'd probably start with something, O God of the broken rack, you have saved us today. You've been watching over us. Please continue to guide us through this journey, to relinquish the suffering of those around us. Please hear our silent prayers. And he will just kind of, close his eyes and bow his head a little bit, kind of hoping that Kelborn would also follow suit.
Yeah, I'm doing one of those things where like I got one eye closed and I'm like trying to peer over at the other, and then I see what he does and I mimic.
I will have Siegfried do a religion check with advantage.
Oh boy.
Which would make it flat because you are
Right.
exhausted.
That'd be a 21.
21. With a 21, you reach out to your god, and Kelborn does his best to reach out to this god for the first time as well. And I'll say both of you do feel some force paying attention to the words that you're saying. It's like you've felt this before, Siegfried, with your close connection to your god. But Kelborn, this is a strange sensation you've never had before. This, something in the universe is paying attention to you in this moment.
I don't like that.
Don't shut him away. Just say what's on your mind.
If you're the god of pain, why do you make so many people go through it? Why not take that away from those who are suffering?
You don't hear words back, as the case is with most time convening with gods.
Yeah.
But your words have been heard. You don't know if anything's being done about them or what's happened, but you do know you've been heard and listened to.
Say, there are people who deserve pain, but there's many that don't, and they suffer worse than anyone else. Please.
Are you saying this out loud, or are you silently?
That's such a good question. I'll say it out loud. In kind of a whisper. Please. If you have it in you, show some mercy. I'm thinking about what I mean by that.
Yeah. And again, you get the feeling that this entity understands what you're speaking about.
And then, after some time, Siegfried would just wrap up the prayer and just say, "O suffering God, you've heard our prayers, and you hear that Kelborn is distraught. Please help him to ease his mind, that we will relinquish the suffering in the world." And he'll just kind of, put his hand on Kelborn's shoulder, and then stand up and kind of go about getting ready for bed.
Thank
I
you.
think this is another moment where Ben feels alone, knowing that both now Kevhorn and Kelborn have had these moments with Siegfried and finding comfort in Ilmater in whatever way that it is, and just kind of fingers his shark tooth necklace and thinks of thinks of the deity that he serves and feels very different than his traveling companions.
One hand on the shark tooth necklace, one hand on the staff from the daughter of Lolth. You're thinking about your state in this party, and suddenly it feels like it's a very strange sensation. Like, it feels like webs are suddenly latching onto your skin from the staff, but it doesn't stop at the skin. It almost feels like it's going straight into your veins and crawling into your bloodstream. And you look, you don't see anything, but the webbing within the crescent hook is starting to shimmer with a silver light. And you attune to the staff. Once a day, you can cast Insect Plague in the form of Spider Plague. So, viewers in the future, warning for spiders constantly from now on.
Just always.
Yeah. As well as you get the ability to have spider climb at all times and web walk at all times.
Now, does anyone know a god of a mermaid god? No, I'm in desperate need.
Oh, they. As I feel that, almost a little bit of a joke to himself. He does whisper, I mean, both goddesses of the deep in one way or another, 'tis fitting.
I'll say at some point, whether it's right now or a different point, you get your tears to one of the guards and they bring it away to get that taken care of.
I already marked up the gold. I was just.
And as you take your long rest, we ourselves are going to take a short rest, go to a quick break. We'll see you in just half a moment. The next morning, you all wake on these stone beds. Your Siegfried, your exhaustion has been removed. I'll say you can use your bedding to make it suitable enough that you're not just sleeping on stone, so you get a good night's sleep. But for the audience, I already said this to DrPhage, but Benjamin also has the ability to cast web once per day with his staff. But also, Benjamin,
oh no,
when you wake up, there's a strange sensation on your face as you feel like wind moving through your bottom jaw, and you put your hand up there instinctively, and you feel 6 holes, 3 on either side, in your face. Like you could put your finger through to touch your teeth and your gums. There's no line, but there are 3 holes in your face.
Okay.
6 holes, sorry.
Yeah.
I hope he doesn't have cavities, because that's like gonna constantly just.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe we'll deal with that later. I don't know. Okay. Okay. We can't deal with it today.
All right.
Just like go about as if nothing is different.
all of you see this.
I look at it, say, can't deal with that today.
No.
Yeah. It's not as discreet as it was in Patient's face, but yeah, you can definitely see him. But decide you can't deal with this today. You all wake up. The guards are ready for you, and they bring you to the steps where the council is waiting outside. No need to climb up those again today. As you walk forward, you do see Steinrak, the stone giant that's been addressing you previously, steps forward. Are you all ready for the 3rd trial?
I think the
Yes, sir.
real question
Yes.
here is, are your people ready?
Kind of looks around, and they're all milling about doing their morning rituals.
I said no.
I think they're busy for the day. Plus, this will not be as much of a spectacle. They might join later.
Okay. Yes, lead on.
He starts walking away to the left of the building this time, as the rest of the council follows, and the guards lead all of you to kind of past where these buildings are carved into the walls. It almost looks like an alley. Like it would look like an alley in a normal town, but it just starts to look like a tunnel here. He leads you up to where this tunnel kind of closes in and comes down to the smaller tunnel that very much looks like it wouldn't be tall enough for stone giants to be going into. It's maybe like 10-foot tall tunnel. Says this is the final trial. Simply make it to the bottom of this tunnel and retrieve the totem that somebody kind of stares at one of the council members, dropped down the tunnel. and has been unretrievable since.
Thinking to himself, well, lucky for you, I can climb on walls. Let's do this.
Are you going to be entering as a group, or are you sending a champion?
We'll be entering as a group.
All right. Unlike the past trials, the prize of the totem can only be gifted to one person. Whoever touches the totem first will receive its gifts. So if you want a specific person to get it, be careful who makes skin contact with the totem.
What is the benefits of the totem? We weren't told specifics, just that it is of great power.
And that would be correct. It is of great power.
Okay. No insight. Okay.
Much of the reward of completing a trial is finding out the prize when you receive it. It leaves a mystery to your competition.
Okay. Is it like thematic to stone giants with okay, we'll just go.
Who competes for a prize and they don't know what the prize is? That's crazy.
Gamblers.
Alright, so my thoughts. Stone giant, it makes me think strong, sturdy, so maybe someone who can really take a hit.
Kev starts posing.
Like I'm eyeing Kev the whole time.
Perhaps someone who has already been chosen by the spirit of the mountains.
Starts flexing with a shield.
Someone who would sink like a rock. If
he takes off his shirt.
Put in the
What
ocean.
do you want?
Yeah, okay. We'll get Kev Horn down.
Right, Kev Horn gets it. Nobody touch it except for Kev Horn. Unless Kev Horn dies on the task, in which case I'll take it. Or
Yes,
Siegfried, maybe. Oh, I don't know.
I think I'm last to take this. This
Right.
doesn't seem like it's exactly my shtick.
Maybe
I just
Siegfried.
imagine Huey touching it first.
Huey will not touch it.
What? I want to touch
No.
These? I gotta get one of these things.
What happens if my echo touches it?
What? Oh, well, he did say flesh. Is your
Oh.
echo flesh?
No.
Okay. I'm glad you said no on that. I was going to be very concerned if you said yes.
He whispers, I think.
Oh, I don't.
Alright, good. We have a plan. Let's do this thing.
Okay.
All right.
Just go in.
All right. You all step into this tunnel. You feel the hard stone beneath your feet. As you step in, you hear the slap of your foot echo through this cavern. You look down, and it's hard to see, but it almost seems like there's openings in the ground of the tunnel. Further down, you kind of look around, you see those openings in the ceiling and on the sides of the tunnel as well in different spots. And as you all enter, and who's last to enter?
Whenever it's not a city, I go last. I would be last.
As Benjamin steps both of his feet in the tunnel and his last foot hits the ground, suddenly all of you feel the ground begin to shake below your feet. We're gonna go to a map.
Cool. How big are these tunnels? Because I just remembered a theme that Baka loves.
So you guys are up at the top right corner. This is not a top-down view of a map, but a side view of the map. So you're going to be moving down this main tunnel, moving along the floor. And you see that there are tunnels. This is the ceiling, essentially. So these tunnels go up, these tunnels go down. So you will have to make jumps. For those of you who have a pretty high strength score, you can jump. Let me double check this. Long jump, if you move 10 feet, I believe you can jump your strength score, which is good for the higher strength score people. Jumping, long jump. When you make,
figure this out. We'll figure this out.
You cover a number of feet up to your strength score. If you move at least 10 feet, immediately before. So if those of you who have strength scores longer than most of these tunnels, for any tunnel that spans 2 things, it's 10 feet, I'm gonna say. You have to have a 10 foot. So I think all of you can make these. I think everybody has good strength score. What's Benjamin's strength score?
8.
8. So you will have to make an athletics check on the long jumps, or you can spider climb. So you'll be fine. And then there are 5-foot ones. So anything that takes 2 is just going to be 10 automatically. Anything that takes only 1 is going to be only 5. You guys should be fine with jumping. It will just take a movement. That being said, we're not going to roll initiative for this encounter. It's going to work a little bit differently. All of you will take your turn at the same time, and then the environment will take its turn. So, with that, let's get some more thematic music going here. And we can start. All right.
And
you're all underneath Kelborn at this point. So if Kelborn moves, you'll be able to see each other as you start to move.
And we were told this was at the bottom of the tunnel.
Yes. So effectively, this is the bottom down here where it just kind of goes into nothingness. That is the bottom. It doesn't keep going after that.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I figured. I was just double checking.
Well, I'm just gonna mosey on over.
Do we all go down the same hole?
I don't see much of a benefit of most of us. Like, I don't see much of a benefit of not
It's like that.
going to the bottom as quickly as possible. I just like motion to the weird like holes in my face. I think I can climb walls, so I might do a little bit of exploring upwards just to see if anything's up there. But this isn't. I'm only here if all of you die, and I need to gather the totem myself. I am also knowing and seeing what this is on this first round. I'm going to use my action to dismiss Huey because, like, we know where we're going. Okay. He's just going to get killed in here. So just like, go away, buddy. We'll get you when we come back.
I don't want to see the misfit.
She disappears.
Well, as he says that, I mutter to myself, I don't really want to see her right now either.
All right, everybody's used their movement. Does anybody want to use their action?
I'm really debating something.
I'm gonna jump.
Do it.
You gonna use your action to dash?
Yeah.
I think the longer we're in here, the more chances for the environment to fuck us up. So,
Look, I remember there being a cave. There being a giant purple thing.
yeah, I also remember that. I remember the theme of Baka's campaigns.
What do you
and this
mean?
Feels
So this is
suspiciously-
on theme for him.
Potentially.
What do you
A whirlpool
mean?
perm?
Never in a Baka campaign.
What's that? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna jump.
All right.
Can I jump over here?
Yep.
Wait, so we were here.
You could make it here with your movement. So you have 30 feet. And
Oh, okay. over
that
here.
jump was 10 feet your movement. Yep.
Siegfried, how are you climbing, jumping?
Terrible.
Great. Finks, can you do your thing? And cast Fly on Siegfried.
Yeah, you see the small green pixie come out from underneath the breastplate. Well, the bird's not here, so she like swirls around your head, and golden pixie dust falls on you, and you now have the fly ability.
Obviously, your job, as I'm sure you know, fly around and heal us if we get hurt.
Very well. Then, so that was 25. Can I dash and fly there?
How much fly speed does the fly spell give you?
I think it's 30.
30?
I thought
So,
it
yeah.
was
more
less.
than that.
Hold on. Oh,
It might be 40.
You guys are probably right.
60.
Yeah. So it is 60 feet.
It is 60. So you have the rest of your normal movement, and then if you want, well, you have the rest of your normal movement. That would leave 30 more feet of fly, and if you wanted to dash, you'd have another 60.
Yeah, movement subtract from each other.
So, can I get here without dashing, or I need to dash to get here?
To where you are now, that was your movement for this turn, I believe, right? Or where are you trying to get?
There.
To get there, you would have to dash because you only had like 35 or 45,
But
I think, and that took 60.
Siegfried hasn't used his action yet. I used the action to cast Fly.
Yeah, and that would be his dash action
Okay.
to get that far. Yeah.
Cool.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do that then.
Okay. Benjamin?
I already used my action, so I'll just take a step forward to be next to Kelborn.
Okay, now here comes the fun part. Everybody will be rolling a d20. Siegfried, you get to roll 2 d20s. I will also roll a d20. You don't want to match my number.
Oh no!
Oh.
I'm not telling you my number.
This is fun. I like
refuse.
these types of things. I really like this way of doing it.
I don't feel safe.
All right, let's go around the horn, around the Kev horn, and get some numbers. Grizz, you're first.
12.
12. Barely.
14 and 18.
Okay. Adam
7.
and Kyle.
8.
Oh
8.
no.
All of you feel the ground begin to shake beneath you again, and in between Kevhorn and Kelborn, in that tunnel, you saw Siegfried go up. You see an enormous purple beast come flying up through the ground, and the ground shakes around you. He doesn't connect with any of you, but the shaking of the ground does cause anybody within 5 of what I rolled to have to make a strength save, which is both Kevhorn and Benjamin, I believe. What were your numbers again?
Oh, Kelborn
7.
and Benjamin? Is that what you said? You mean?
No, Kevhorn. So 7
Oh.
from Benjamin. What was Kevhorn?
8.
8. So yeah, both of you have to make a strength saving throw.
It's not exactly my strong suit here.
That is my strong suit.
I did get a 17 though.
You got higher than me. I got a 12.
Unfortunately, not high enough. Both of you fall prone.
Oh, okay. That's.
Oh.
I'm not worried.
Yeah. You just lose some movement off of it. Not the biggest deal, but it is something. So, you've all seen this enormous purple worm come flying through the tunnel, missing all of you narrowly. It is your turn again.
Half of my movement to get up.
Wait. So we just saw him climb from this one up this way.
Yep, and now he's gone again.
Should we go down the one that he just went up? He probably won't go back down, right?
No, we need to get to the totem
Isn't
so
the
that we
to-
don't get
no,
hit by the worm
isn't
at
the-
all.
Isn't the totem down?
The totem's down there. Just like both of us shouting. It's just like, no, it's down that tunnel. He's made the other tunnels.
Alright, sorry.
As you guys are shouting, Kevhorn will dash and jump.
And I will
So-
say, for future reference, I did conveniently get to use that tunnel. I was already there. He can appear anywhere, and technically, he's supposed to leave a 10-foot tunnel behind him. But because this isn't a dynamic map, we aren't going to have that. So there it's going to collapse in when he goes down tunnels that aren't actually there. But yes, that's just for flavor.
So I have 50 and 10. What was jumping again?
Jump is you have to move 10 feet, and then you get to jump your strength score. So the big number.
I forgot to do this before we started to give everybody aid.
Fine. I don't think we need it for this.
All right.
I think 5 HP won't save you if you get hit by a purple
Yeah,
worm.
like if we get eaten by the
But like a
worm,
falling rock or something. I don't know.
Could be.
we got bigger issues if the worm hits one of us.
There. No,
So, is there any benefit to
that's
that?
correct, right?
I think so. It looks right.
Is there any benefit to casting Bless in terms of like avoiding the attack? Whatever number is closest, but like for those numbers who are close, like so I guess how would Bless work?
Bless wouldn't help with avoiding the attack, but it would possibly help with avoiding the repercussions. Like they had to make a strength save to stand up. You don't know the mechanics on if it hits you or not yet. It could be a save, it could not be. So it's up to you.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Bless at 2nd level, and I'll just bless all of us.
All right.
And then. Oh, 45.
Why am I jumping? I can teleport.
Cav Warner's just 2 in the moment. He said, I gotta touch this. Nobody else.
Hey, you Siegfried!
Siegfried's like, I'm gonna touch it. Joke's on you.
Here, I think I have like a blue flame I can use to put where the totem is. Yeah, I do. Not there.
I don't want to touch it. I just don't want to be last like last time. And almost
Fair enough.
You didn't go down in that encounter.
All right, everybody do their movement and their actions and bonus actions.
Yeah, I did. I dashed.
Yeah, like I don't really see a point in me running all the way to the bottom. I'm just gonna like hang out here and be like, okay, hopefully you guys don't die.
All right, let's do another rolls. Siegfried, you once again get to roll twice because you were flying.
I love that it doesn't matter what I roll. Like high, like it just does. Like the roll
High or
doesn't,
low, it doesn't
matter.
Nat 20 could be bad if I also roll it.
Yeah, it's very it's very fun. It's very interesting.
Let's
14.
go reverse this side.
Oh, sorry.
14. All right, 14.
Sorry.
Kevhorn, it's fine.
18.
18. Benjamin.
13. I always got a buddy.
Siegfried.
18 and 11.
You feel the rumbling once again, and Kelborn, you feel the earth beneath you begin to shift as this worm erupts from underneath you. I need a
Chee?
dexterity saving
No.
throw from you, please.
We're blessed,
are?
right?
Yes.
Hey, okay. 21.
So, how we're doing this. The dex save is how much you will minus from the purple worm's attack.
Ooh.
And if you get higher than its attack, then it will miss you.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
The purple worm gets a plus 14 to its attack. The purple worm rolled a 3 for a 17.
No,
You were able to
damn me.
launch out of the way of this attack as it goes rocketing up from the sea. Well, it came from below, you already said. So it
Yeah.
came from below up to the ceiling again. It must have circled back around. You're able to dodge out of the way. I do need a strength save from you, though, as well as who rolled within 5 of a 14?
I did.
You did. Yeah, so 5 to either side.
Oh,
You have
me
to roll
too.
strength
Easy.
saving.
So with my roll, am I counting the one that's further from?
You don't have to make them because you're flying, so you can't get knocked prone
27.
unless something comes and pushes you. So what
I
do we
got
all get for
16.
16? What Kelborn get?
27.
27? And what does Kevhorn get?
And that one for an 8.
So once again, Kevhorn and Benjamin go prone, but Kelborn, you're able to tuck and roll away from this thing and stand up unscathed by the worm.
Fine.
All right, it is your guys' turn again.
Well, I mean, the worm did just pop out right next to me.
Could I like help them get back up to have them not have the effects of prone?
If you use your action and are next to them, you would be able to, yes. I'll allow that.
Like if I flew back and helped Kevhorn up, and that's my action, so.
Okay, yeah, Kevhorn, you are standing. You have your full movement.
Oh, okay. I can't do it this turn.
It's okay.
I'm gonna summon my Echo,
Okay.
and
Let's
they are gonna run
Get upside down,
alongside me.
Kevhorn. All right, you can place them where you summoned them and then move them along.
So dashing through the snow right there, I think.
Seems right. 5, 10,
And
20.
right there.
Yeah, you can get there for sure. Everybody else?
Wait.
Are you moving, Kelborn?
I got a question.
Yeah.
If I was to hold a spell and nothing happens, like say that I was holding the spell for if I felt the worm below me, like coming to attack me again, but it didn't happen the next round. Would I lose that spell, or would I continue to hold it until that action went off?
Let me check something. My intuition says it wouldn't, but there's also a little voice that says it would.
I know you lose spells that you hold, but I don't know if you can continue like holding that spell if the action never goes off. You know what I mean? Like if I could just sit there like holding the spell for a few rounds waiting for a thing to happen.
I don't think you can continuously hold it. So if you hold the spell and don't use it as a reaction before your next turn, it would go away, and
Okay,
you'd have to then prepare another spell slot.
So if that's the case,
Yeah.
then I'm just full on dash.
Okay.
30. I can actually get ahead of you. I'm gonna.
Kevhorn pushes out Kevhorn down. It's mine.
No, I'm touching it now. I'm gonna touch it.
No. Don't
No.
push the butt.
Anybody else?
What would it take for me to jump over that? Because my strength score is actually a 9, so I'm only 1 foot short of that 10.
So
gap.
because you'd have to back up to be able to run 10 feet first, and then it would be an athletics check to get over it. And I'm going to say it's an athletics of 12.
Ooh, you know.
Or
I
you could
don't
just
wanna-
spider climb, because it's not the whole a tunnel. There is wall still.
Oh, like. Oh, can I get close enough to just like spider climb across?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. So where would I have to like go to make that crossing point?
I would say you would have to use 10 feet of your movement, so 5 feet on either side, because you have to walk over to the wall. The tunnel's like 10 feet wide, so you have to walk over to the wall, get up on it, and then go over, get down. So you'd use 5 feet on either side extra. Otherwise, you can just move it normally.
Okay, so it's essentially difficult terrain.
Yep.
Okay, great. Yeah, so I'll just then like basically just get on the other side, mostly to keep people just in my dark vision still if Siegfried decides to move.
All right. We got another round. Everybody roll their d20.
Am I still rolling 2?
Yes, you still roll 2. As long as you're flying, you will be rolling 2.
Gotcha.
Because essentially it can't sense your tremors, but it still has a chance of randomly hitting you. So that's why you get to roll 2. which I guess inevitably just makes it so you can't get hit, so you shouldn't have to roll. But in my brain, that made sense before we started doing it. And now that I say it out loud, I'm like, wait a minute, that just means he just never gets hit.
True.
All right, let's go with you.
13.
13. Let's go to Siegfried.
A 6 and a 4.
6 and a 4. Kevhorn.
19.
19. And Kelborn.
A 6.
6. You were a 13, Benjamin. You see the worm rip up from next to where the totem is, kind of look around for a moment before it goes back into the wall. So only Kelborn has to make a strength saving throw.
It's always me.
Okay.
Don't forget Bliss.
Blast, that's right. Oh, good rolls. I think that's the same as last time. No, that was the strength that I got. All right, so that's 19, 24.
24 passes. You are able to stay on your feet, and we go into a new round.
I mean, I'm just gonna...
Run off this map.
Yep.
Kevhorn, you rush up, and you see this small gray stone, and in it is etched a rune. From here, Kelborn, you'd be able to see in the stone is etched the rune for stone. You pick it up, and you see the pulsing blue light through this rune, and then you start to feel it race into your own being. I will give you this later as well, so you can actually read it. But you now have the ability to use what is called Strike of the Giants, specifically the Stone Strike. The target takes an extra 1d6 force damage. If the target is a creature, it must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pushed 10 feet from you in a straight line. That's for your attacks. As well, you may increase your strength, constitution, or wisdom score by 1. You now have dark vision to 60 feet. If you already had dark vision from another source, it is increased by another 60 feet. And now you also have access to stone throw. As a bonus action, you can take a rock and make a magical attack with it. The attack is a ranged spell attack with a range of 60 feet that uses the ability score you increased with this feat as the spell casting ability. On a hit, the rock deals 1d10 force damage, and the target must succeed on a strength saving throw. DC we'll get to at some other point. Or have the prone condition. You can use this bonus action a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus, and you regain all expended slots when you finish a long rest. And that is called Keenness of the Stone Giant.
I'm jealous.
Again, I'll give you all that at a later point. Right now, you have to escape a purple worm tunnel.
Hold on.
Okay, wait, where was I? I was over here. 5, 10, 15. I'm gonna switch places with my Echo.
All right.
And I will make my escape. So I was right here. 5, 10, 15. I'm dashing.
So you know the reason I ran all the way down there? I've been looking through the the recordings map, and on this map, like the border's actually blocking where the stone was. So I just thought like we were gonna go to another map after this.
Oh. No.
So I was just like, go.
That was the end of the tunnel.
All
right. Anybody else want to do anything?
I'm running. I'm jumping. Boom. And dashing.
Also, your echo is gone because you were too far away from it.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll get right up behind Kipthorn here.
Siegfried, do you want to move anywhere?
Question.
Yes.
If I flew up behind Kelborn and locked my arms underneath him, could I assist him in movement with the flying?
You would be at half movement because of it.
So I think that would just slow us down then.
Okay.
It's a cool
Well,
idea.
then I'm getting out of here. I was thinking we could be like a Gundam or something.
Yeah, like that.
Then I'm just dashing out. I'm
Yep.
out of here.
Siegfried flies out of the tunnel. He is safe for the rest of this, as if he wasn't already safe, to be fair.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody except for Siegfried, roll a d20.
Oh, that.
Oh boy.
I'll take it. Whatever.
All right. Grizz,
15.
Kyle,
1.
and Adam.
3.
What was yours again, Grizz?
15. It's gonna be me
15.
again. I knew it.
From the ceiling, the worm drops just behind all of you, but Kelhorn does have to make a strength saving. As he
Dude, at
rolled a
least
19.
at least I've been killing them. Yeah, I rolled another 15 for 6. Well, hold on, let me do this right. That'd be 20.
If you beat a 19, you beat
23.
it. The
Yeah,
strength score, the
23.
DC was 19. Yeah, you were able to stay on your feet once again as this the tunnel is starting to collapse around you with all these holes being created by this purple worm chasing after all of you.
I'm just
We got-
very agilely jumping stone to stone.
We've got another round here. You guys are almost out.
Goodbye.
Benjamin
I'm
is
gone.
out. He's outie.
There's a reason I stay towards the front. This is not my show. Goodbye, everyone.
I got an innie.
All right.
Jumping
Kelhorn.
is essentially difficult terrain.
Um,
Oh, that was for you.
with you not well, like it technically, I'm gonna count it because you're just like running the whole time. You can just jump it because you've been having the same movement. It's not like you run, stop, run, stop, run, stop.
Can you imagine though?
But yeah, it would be a 5 foot. Well, that takes up 5 feet of your movement, and then you can keep going.
Even if you're not running, you can still leave half of your strength score. So I think
Yeah.
either way,
You would have made the 5 easy.
Is that 10 or 5?
That's a 10 jump.
Okay, so right here then? Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's where I'd be.
Right behind you. Well, so wait, hold on. Does jumping take more movement or something? No. Okay, so I technically could get in front of Kevhorn. Then,
I can do it.
because that was only 40 feet, so this would be 50, 60.
I might be
right?
doing my math wrong too.
You might be.
Because I
fine,
was
though.
confused why I was getting ahead of you.
That's fine. Either way, it would just be one last turn here that we have to do with the purple worms. So let's do some rolls.
All right.
Only 2 of you have a chance of getting hit, so technically less chances to hit you.
yeah.
But the same
gonna
amount
get
of
hit
chances
again.
for you to be hit.
You say that now, but when I'm gonna get hit.
You have
like-
to remember, I'm also rolling a dice. It's not a
I know,
DC.
but I just feel like we're linked. You know what I mean? 19.
10.
Ooh, very far away from each other.
The wall beside you begins to shake, and it launches out of the wall this time behind Kevhorn, who has to make his strength saving throw. Or be knocked
Okay,
out.
just a strength save.
Well, my strength did go up, so.
And bless.
Oh, yeah, and bless.
Bless is so nice, dude.
I think regardless, you got enough movement,
Yeah.
even if you do go prone.
Oh, wait,
I
you
just
said the
checked.
DC's 19. I got a 23.
Oh yeah, easy. You stay on your feet as this thing rocks through the wall one last time, and you are able to use this next turn to both escape this tunnel and the purple worm. And you see standing in front of you, waiting in silent meditation, is the Council of the Stone Giants. So, did you obtain the totem?
Kill Kevhorn.
Oh, I thought we were just supposed to touch it. Yes, I grabbed it.
Dude, actually, that would be freaking hilarious.
We got the benefit out of it.
Yeah, no, you guys
Totem's
can get
still at
that
the bottom of the
yourselves.
tunnel.
He reaches out his giant stony hand to you for you to place the totem into.
I do. I place a totem in his hands.
closes his hand around the now lightless totem. It seems to have given you its boons. Congratulations to you, Kevhorn of the Dreamscape.
That's another title.
Ooh, yeah. Going crazy. I'm not going to do it for audio
Going
purposes.
crazy.
So there's no one else.
You have completed our 3 trials and returned our totem to us. We have deep respect for all of you surface dwellers and hope that what we have given you can help you in your upcoming trials.
Yes.
But if you have any other questions,
What if we
now
asked,
would be the time to ask them.
what if
You
we
gotta
asked
work on
if King Herrig had any weaknesses?
I mean, doesn't hurt to ask. I was gonna ask if they knew why the fire giants wanted the anvil.
I think that was just to make powerful weapons and armor.
Maybe, but they could be planning something else.
Maybe.
I go with your question.
Do you know much about King Hreg? He is an unknown in our knowledge. Anything about him that you can share with us would be greatly appreciated.
He is very charismatic and the strongest and most strong in both will and physical attributes of the storm giants, making him more than likely the strongest of all the giants as it works out. He is married. Hopefully my notes for his wife's name are close. Because the Lord knows I don't have it memorized.
Do you keep that on stone tablets?
Stone tablets of my mind, yes. Where is she? Queen? Where is she? Where is she? Forge bonuses, that's not gonna help me here. I don't remember her name, I'm sorry.
I'm sure it's somewhere. It'll come to us at some point in the future.
He's a Queen Herrig.
Why do I have Strahd notes here?
That's not the right world that we're in right now.
I have all of your boons.
No, you know what?
You know about
We changed our question. What happens in Curse of Strahd? That thing you just said.
Well, this is stuff for a
How does that turn
campaign
out?
not on Swindler's Den. I'll tell you the queen's name another time.
Okay. That's
Unless these are the notes. Oh, they might be. They are. Don't mind if I just flash that Shadowheart art at all of you. Queen Vior. She is very powerful in her own right. Very gifted in the arcane, as it were. They rule from Maelstrom, as you could probably have guessed. And they told us that part of their plan to bring ruin to Faerun was to unearth an ancient artifact from past giant civilizations that had been stolen by the small folk. This item, if he were allowed to attune to it for long enough, would give him unimaginable powers.
Do you know the location of where they're digging?
The Reghead Glacier, up in a land called Icewind Dale.
Hide it already?
I don't know their progress with this excavation, but they must be getting close.
How do we get there fast?
Can you teleport?
No.
Kind of.
Not.
Teleporting would be helpful.
Okay. Okay. That's a problem we gotta deal with. Okay. I forget what the other question we were gonna ask was.
I don't know.
His
I'm not a mind reader.
I think the original question was, does he have any weaknesses? We haven't gotten the answer to that yet. Unless it was his wife. In which case, fair enough, I guess. Sounds like
unless someone else has something, I think that is everything. You have been exceptionally helpful to us. We thank you. But it sounds like we have much to deal with on a very short timeline.
Of course, the fleeting time of the surface world, I understand. Well, good luck to you on your passage out of here. I'm sure with you already making your way in and the trials you have faced here, escaping once again through the spider tunnel should not be much of an issue. Unless you plan to go further east.
No, I think everything we have is either south or north. Nothing east.
Fair enough. Well, the stone giants send you on your way in peace and hope that you can obtain your own dreams.
Don't let your dreams be memes.
Be memes.
You don't happen to have like a potion shop here that we could peruse? One of your potions could probably get us like 4 for us.
We do have potion shops here, yes.
Do you trade in gold?
We could do surface gold.
Gold is gold.
Great.
We will deal with shopping business off screen as we fade out of this space. I think next time we will join you guys once you have left the caverns. We can deal with any treasure hunting you're going to try and do off screen as well. And we can wrap up here for the night. So thank you all so much for joining us for this session of Glory of the Giants. We have met with our first giant enclave thing to get our first boon, as well as many other boons and curses maybe along the way. So thank you so much for joining us. We hope to see you next time. Let's keep making stories together.